I can't hear you. Can't hear you still. You can hear me? I can't hear you. I bet.
All right, you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, we back in the building. Let's get it. All right. Anyways, we in the building. It's your boy D Frame.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy B Neil.
Got a couple things to get into today. We got the show here tonight. We got some music we need to react to, some music we need to listen to, maybe a couple of snippets, not the whole damn thing, but that's what we got today. So, all right, but you had to get these, man. It was your week. It was your birthday week. I know you got to have something that happened good to you over the week, man.
Oh, you said it there, man. It's my birthday, man. Turning big 29, 1 year closer to 30. Yeah, that nigga might lie to me back on my shit.
I think it's loud for it. I don't feel like it's loud.
I had to cut my shit down. But yeah, man. 1 year closer to 30. Had a good birthday whole week. Boys came over Saturday, watched the fight, couple games, then went out to eat and some more stuff, man. So I had a good time.
Yeah, man, good times, good. Almost a big 33rd Street. We almost there, man. We almost, I won't say over the hill, but, we almost there. So it's blessings, man. Woodoo, I know, he's a guy who likes to act like he's 16, but he'll get there. He's almost 30 as well. He's almost there. So anyways, got a couple things again tonight. Drake and SZA drop. We're gonna listen to it. Fuck it. We're gonna play it. Ain't got shit else going on. Also got some Rodwave conversation. I don't know if you listened to the full Rodwave album or not yet, but we could discuss it a little bit. So let's not waste no time. Let's get to it. Drake, SZA, they dropped their single. Drake's supposed to be dropping his album next week. Hey, you've heard the Drake SZA already, right?
Yep, I did.
Just before we listen to it, I was wondering, what's your initial reaction to it? You like it? It's cool.
Underwhelming.
You see that? That's what people like to talk about Drake fans, right? But at least we're able to be honest when our favorite artist kind of like, it's not the greatest thing in the world. I don't like to act like we think everything is great, but this one is like, when I think of Drake and I think it's SZA, I think it's something more spectacular. And we're just saying, duh, it's a B-side. Drake has plenty of B-sides that are amazing. Like, that's not even an argument when it comes to Drake. Like, it's a B-side. Most of the records I like from him would be B-sides. Most of my favorites would probably be considered to be B-sides. Not his hit records where everybody loves this song. So, let's just play a little bit of it. Let's go through it. Slime you out. Let's go.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. I feel like y'all don't need love. You need somebody who could micromanage you. You know what I'm saying? Tell you right from wrong. Who's smart from who's a fool. What utensil to use for which food. Like, I got a schedule to attend to though. I can't really.
Foxy Lover Boy.
I said this in a group chat. I don't know how I feel about that American Slave line. I'm gonna let Drake get it off, but I don't know how I feel about it. This sound good to you, Bryce?
Nah, not as like normally. It sound like you playing it through something almost.
I don't know. That bitch sound good to me and my shit.
That was different, Jimmy. Like it's
That bitch sound good as fuck to me.
Nah, it sounded a little off. I don't know what it is today.
Let me say, well, that bitch sound good as fuck in my ear. Pause.
EQ's definitely off a little bit.
Let's see.
I thought it was just my stuff, so I was just letting it rock. Sometimes I should be tripping.
Let's see. I gotta pull it up on the thing. I want to check it out on the. Let me see what song on the screen.
But what I will say is like, what Wardo was saying, B-sides, like, I know you on these toxic vibes. You can even hear the red pill vibes, but it was just like, out of all the songs I've heard recently from Drake, not even like every song you heard from Drake, like let's just say from CLB all the way to Honestly Nevermind, Her Loss, like this one ranks kind of low. Like I'm taking a Fountains, I'm taking fucking Fans, I'm taking like shit, Fair Trade. I'm taking Girls Want Girls over a song like this right now. Maybe I listen to a little more. So he right up my alley with shit like he talking about. Like I get what he's saying, but it gotta still be a good song.
I think kind of what we're saying. Like, I feel like maybe it's not the song you drop. Maybe it's the song you like allow us just to hear on the album. Not like, oh, this hey, this is. I don't know to say this is the lead off single, but like this is what y'all about to get. Make sure y'all are ready. Here we go. And it's like,
yeah, and I was saying
it's
like,
good, but it ain't.
You being I'm not the biggest SZA fan. You're a Drake and SZA fan.
No, SZA went crazy. No, SZA did. SZA's part was great.
But even then, like I said, to me, like the song was just underwhelming. So no one really like. I just didn't really feel it like that. But even with you being a SZA fan, even with her performance, from what you said, it still don't get you like anticipated for the Drake album. Not this single. Like it's not gonna change your like. Oh, this shit came out. I can't wait till the album come out. Like this single didn't do that at all.
Oh no, it made me like I can't wait for the album. Let me see how this shit sound again.
My grandmother.
Yeah, there we go. We got
Slimy, slimy you out, slimy you out, slimy you out. Hey, this ain't the latest I could get on you bitches. Send wires on wires on wires like Idris. Lucky that I don't take back what was given. I can have you on payment plan till you're 150. And my slime right here, she got some bars for y'all niggas. So I'ma fall back and let SZA talk her shit for a minute. Sliming you out, sliming you out, sliming you out.
Damn, these niggas got me so twisted. How the fuck you so real, but play bitch on my line? I can feel what you spinning. Not too much pride to let no burn it. Go slide me out, pull up, go right about. Mine, I got time, let's discuss all those lies about. Friend out here like you digging me out, and I ain't even coming up in and out. And you ain't about the shit you rapping about, and I can spend the whole I'm airing it down. I'm going on like a sort of. You tell these hoes you ain't cuddling, but with me enough, doing all that shit. You telling these hoes you ain't tricking off, but with me enough, I'm gon' get it all out. You niggas get so carried away. It's barely third place. Fucked out of pity, it's cute that you lame. Still cause it's mad, I can fake like it's hang. It's slimy you out, it's slimy you out, it's slimy you out.
Certain parts of this beat is like dry as hell.
Yeah. Now you think it's the production?
January you pretend to see life clearly, yearly. February is a time that you put the evil eye and the pride aside for the fantasy of getting married.
This feel like uncut
March
shit.
got you already second guessing titles. April, spring is in just like a spring, you start to spiral. May bring some warmer days, poolside getting very tame. June, hey, you're moving ice cold, going back and forth with a merry man. July, that's when I found out July. August, it was baby this, baby that, like yeah, you're too tired. September, we falling off, but I'm still the man you trying to win.
Okay, it definitely shouldn't be a 5-minute song. It's 5 minutes. It shouldn't be 5 minutes. That's too long. Yeah, I mean, when you think of Drake and SZA, there's some expectations coming to play. I'm expecting some, because SZA's album she dropped was amazing. Obviously, Drake is who Drake is. You're expecting something over the top, spectacular. This sound like some oh shit. Me and you been in the blogs for the conspiracy theory. People like, oh, okay, I've been throwing shots at you for the past years. You've been throwing shots at me in music for the past couple of years. We've been subliminal each other. Let's link up together. It's gonna be a moment, and let's just make something quick, and then we'll just throw some shit out there. That's what it feels like.
It could have been that, or it could have been some old shit that Drake just been having. Because I can see either way, it was rushed or some shit where them not that cool, so he really couldn't get an in studio type performance. Like he got some shit where he's just trying to work with. Either way, it just kind of sound like bare bones. Like this sound like some shit that wouldn't have made it on a real Drake project if this was like back in the day. Like Right Hand is a good song. Sweeter Man is a good song, but it's like certain elements to it you can hear why it's like I can understand why he didn't put that on the album. This one it kind of feel like from a production sounds like I don't really. I definitely don't feel it. Like even if you just listen to like how it just jumped right into SZA part and it just like kind of heard like kind of loud like out of nowhere. It's like I feel like a real Drake project would have had something more in between that before she just came in and made it feel a little better. Like it just felt like they just put something together. Honestly,
I think they would have done better if they were just like a back and forth type thing. Like he talks shit about women, she talks shit about niggas. Like they should like on some, not like Kendrick Lamar did, not with like the real like we're arguing type of shit, but like actually like a singy song type shit. But they be mixing SZA vocals mad loud on some. See, but Drake need to get like when you get a singer like that, you got to get them on some like this type shit. Like this is like classic, get them on some from time type shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah, even the beat, like it was a long part of SZA verse where the beat never changed. It was just like that same kind of, and then the beat started to drop a little bit, and it kind of picked up. But it's a long part where it seemed like the beat, like normally that bro, it's way more depth to a Drake beat. Maybe that could be it, but like I said, I really feel like this is just some throwaway shit. Like, hopefully, honestly, it's not on the album, but maybe just because it's SZA. Maybe he's just testing the waters, like, hey, will they fuck with this or not? But hopefully it ain't on the album because if it is,
I don't know, man. I feel like I don't feel like the album's gonna have this album. To me, might be on some like playlisty type shit too. I just don't know what, like, I don't know what the Bad Bunny song gonna sound like. They say is maybe on there. I don't know what the Yachty shit's gonna sound like. That's supposed to be on there. Like, I just don't know. Like, what do you think the last? I don't want to say cohesive, but I guess cohesive sounding Drake themed album from Drake, you think?
I mean, which as far as like the most,
it feels like it get like the whole thing is a vibe, like it's a whole. Like it is. It feels like when I think of views, I think of like darkness. I think of like when it has a full theme to it. Like everything else kind of just been kind of played. Even Certified Lover Boy, like it doesn't feel like it's got a lot of great music on it, but it doesn't feel like an album that's like cohesive, I guess you could say.
To a degree, it's not the most cohesive album, but I say it was a put together album.
Got great music, but
obviously, honestly, never mind is to me because I mean it's one whole thing. It's not rap, so I get people not want to bring that up. If we really gonna be honest, it got to be Scorpion. Then, like, we're just gonna go to like what was the most cohesive, like from vibes to. I think that was like after the Pusha T or after the Meek Mill situation, and just him talking to like venting and shit like that. It was a dark album, honestly, aggressive album from Drake. Like I think it fit his vibes, and I think if you go back and listen to it, you'll still get that. and it still be a good put together album. From what I think they had this, what is it, March 14th at the end with him talking about the kid. Like, yeah, I think that summed up his life pretty well.
My bad. SZA ain't on Janae's level. I wouldn't say that.
I
definitely wouldn't say that. SZA might be a surpass for me personally, past Janae, but that's just me. That and he didn't want to drop the original leak for Slimed Out. Ward was like Ward was one of like fans was like, I have the leak. This is the leak he's gonna drop. Like, I get whatever you got or whatever you heard. I heard it sounded good, but
even like
I don't even. Do you get in the leaks? Like when they say, "Oh, this is a Drake leak," do you listen to like leaks and shit like that?
I used to, not so much now because it's like
I don't be like that invested in the leaks and shit like that.
I got to hear it and it got to sound good. A lot of leaks don't be sounding good, or it's just like short. So it's like I can't really get nothing from that. Like if I'm gonna get a leak, I still want to have a whole song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Scorpion was more about addressing his critics and feeding both of his fans that like his rapping and singing, making a double disc. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a theme. D-Friend didn't even hear it. Yeah, I didn't hear it. I don't even listen. I don't be looking. I don't even know where y'all find leaks. I guess niggas be saying shit on Twitter is leaked, and then niggas will click on it, and I don't even be going looking for leaks and shit like that. Janae music is better. She just has the TD backing, and she has one great album, and last one was mid. If you think the last SZA album was mid, I mean, hey brother, I just don't know what to tell you. That was a great album. When my Spotify rap comes out this year, I'm sure SZA is gonna be one of the top artists on there for this past year, especially in the beginning of the year. But yeah, I mean, I ain't got really too much to say about the song. I was expecting, like I said, that's the thing that gets you. Expectations are what get you, and I was expecting something a little bit more when I see the name Drake and I see the name SZA. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe I was expecting the From Time type of moment. Maybe it sounds better within the flow of the album, so maybe that'll help it with organization or whatever you call it. You said what?
He was doing too much with this song. He was like,
you too long.
Yeah, like even with the like July shit, it was like he came up with an idea. He tried to put it on a song. And
we get like October and July, like
that shit. Like for like, bro, when we say Drake getting his bag with certain shit, like none of them hoes really hit like that. When he was going through the months, it's like, all right, but like I said, I don't feel that was a song that he would really put out in a normal situation. I think just because SZA was on it, they tried. He was like, you know what, I can't waste a SZA feature, but that hook was mid as fuck, slamming you out like. Maybe it could have been done better, but the way it was presented, that shit was mid. Like that was like I don't even know how to explain it. It just sounded like some shit like you want to make a new trend, like the new Pushing P or the new like I want to call it. I want to be sliming you out, like how people saying demon time and all this shit. Like shit,
like spin, like we did spin about you.
Yeah, shit like that. It's like he want to make sliming you out a new term, and it just like that shit.
It probably will be. I'm sure it will be. Yeah, it'll catch. It'll catch. Yeah. Niggas will do it, definitely. What Flying Love say he on his musical leadership. You're not an R&B listener. Okay, goddamn. Y'all music elite niggas is like, I don't know. You got it. Yeah, I'm not a listener R&B. You got it, bro. You got it. Anyways, what else? Speaking of, did you listen to Rodwave's album?
Yeah, I listened to it.
I'll say this. I don't know if you like it or not, but I don't feel like that'd be your type of vibe. I don't know.
Definitely ain't.
Yeah, I had a feeling when I told you this. I was like, he's not gonna like the Rodwave album.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's like we're getting another Rodwave being Rodwave, and it's nothing different. It's the same key, the same bag, and it's like, hey, salute to you. But I think that's why.
My thing is with Rodwave. When we hear that with Rodwave, I'll try to figure out what do we expect him to do.
Hits, to be fair, but to be even more.
Okay, do you think the music sounds bad though? Does it sound bad?
No, but
does he sound talentless
at this point? No. He's not talented. He just sound repetitive at this point. It's like Rodwave. We know it's a style of song you know how to make, and I think somebody said it's like a lot of these dudes keep getting away with making the same song over and over again. That's what Rodwave is essentially doing, and when you're talented, you can get away with it to a degree, but. That's why he's capping where he's capping out at. because he's not putting in that effort to be creative or to try his style with something different. Like, dudes got to hop in like rooms with different producers or something, bro. Because I don't know what it is, but they get in this echo chamber creating the same shit. And to me, like even the baby was a little better than like a Rodwave. When you talk about people want to talk about, oh, the baby is repetitive. It's always the same shit. When you look at his hits, he can at least create different type of sounding hits. Rodwave, if it's gonna be a hit, it's gonna be a similar sound. I ain't asking him to give out the best bars, but can you give us a little trap soul kind of vibe instead of just like almost a little country? I don't know what you want to call it, like kind of vibe. It's like, I don't know, man. It's different type of.
When they on his blues shit, man.
And I feel it, but can you evolve to a degree?
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to figure out what else he could, as far as sound wise, maybe like you said, just production, what he could do for people to be like, okay, yeah, I'm fucking with that.
Like Rag to Riches, like that was creative. It was catchy. I mean, maybe that's maybe
that's just because that was in the beginning of his career. So like, if you'd have put that on this album now, who knows? People like, oh, that sounds like all the other shit. Even though it don't really sound like all the other shit, because it sounds like Rags to Riches. But
I just think it hit different. Like for Rodwave, he one of them dudes that try to catch the emotions, and I get it. But I think that's all he be trying to do, bro. Like sometimes you should focus on being a little fun sometimes, or even having like you gotta have different vibes, bro. Like, do you feel when you listen to a Rodwave, you get more than like a depressed nigga that lost his girl vibes?
I feel like, there's the girl vibe, but then there's also a lot of the stuff. It's like a lot of the stuff I was listening on this wasn't even necessarily the girl shit. It was just like life and success and people crossing you, like that type of vibe. That's what I was listening when I was hearing it. That's what I was parts I was picking up on.
I was boiling it down to something simple. I
get it. It's like, all right, nigga, we get it. Like you got all this shit. Because the thing with Rodwave is like he'll have these records that are like kind of like sad sound, like, oh, this nigga betrayed me. But like we watch the videos, it's like him hopping on private jets, him like, it's like you're doing these things that look, fun, but the music that's playing behind this visual isn't matching whatever you're actually, or what we perceive like, oh shit, he on the jet, he on the jet ski, he on the boat, he spending money. Like your life seems like it's more, fun. I'm trying to figure out as a, I don't want to say he's a rapper. I don't know, like as a, I want to say he's R&B. I don't know, whatever he is, hybrid type of nigga he is.
Like a hybrid.
He could do some different type of shit.
Yeah,
like I ain't mad at the repetitive. When I told you this, I was like, I don't think Bryce gonna like this shit. Cause I listened to it while I was cleaning out the garage. I was like, I like it. Just gotta think it sound good. I don't like it enough to where I feel like I'm gonna be just jamming this shit like back to back to back to back. Because like you said, a lot of songs do sound like they're kind of the same. But I say just talent wise, he's got talent. I just feel like maybe he needs to, like a J. Cole type shit. Like maybe you need to get with different people. Like when I hear that, what's the nigga name? Some TNT, some shit. Like, all right, he been your producer for the past like 5 years. Salute to him. I don't want niggas not have no money to eat, for their family. But maybe you should go work with some different people. Like, Ed Sheeran. Like maybe you should go that route. Like go do songs like Ed Sheeran. Like Ed Sheeran fuck with you. Y'all kind of on that, the type of vibe of singing. Maybe go with a country nigga like Morgan Wallen. Like if Dirk do it, imagine a Rodwave and Morgan Wallen song. That might do good for him. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe do some shit like that.
Try something. Because Flying Low said it on the he came over while I was listening to it, playing the game. He was saying that he like a feature artist or a hook artist, and it's like when the last time you really heard Rodwave on like a great hook or even a great feature? It's just like you don't really get that from Rodwave. And like I said, I think that would help. Similar to what you said, being on with different producers, being on there with different artists is going to inspire you to come out with different stuff. Like.
Yeah, because if you go to his thing, like he don't really do so many features with people. When he do features with people, those be the songs that seem to like people that gravitate the most to. Like the last album, I mean, he had the By Your Side record that did good. This off the last he shit dropped last year.
Okay, let's switch the subject. Notice that both of my wrists is flooded. I've been grinding so hard getting to this money. I've been working like I know the drop.
He be sound like Youngboy a little bit.
No, Youngboy sound like him. But like the song he did with Jack Harlow last year.
I ain't fuck with nobody. Look looking
He
at
did the hook.
me.
I know you don't fuck with Jack,
Just
but
one spin, I call when I'm done. Whole nation full of kids with the same haircut. I call them my.
but that was a song that was like, besides that other song I just played first, that was the other song that kind of like rose from that album, which was something was featured on, like you said, with him and Lil Baby. When they do records together, it do what it do. When he get a song with Dirk, like maybe he needs that rapper to like just bring a different sound, so it doesn't sound monotonous throughout the whole thing of just you singing.
Yeah, but I was thinking about that with Rick Ross. They were shitting on Rick Ross. Oh, he got so many features, all his hits. It's like, I mean, that's a big thing with hip hop. Like a rapper know I can make a hook, but I can do this hook, but I rather put the Weeknd right here. I can do this hook, but I rather put Janae Aiko right here because it breaks up the sound. It elevates the song when it's just not me the whole way through. For when you get a Rick Ross, he'll constantly putting people in different places. As long as it sounds good, I'll never be mad at it. Because even if you look at a person like Tupac, he had a lot of features on a lot of his shit because that's just a part of hip hop. It always been like that. Like it helps you out without being repetitive and not having to try to create 3 verses for a song every time. Like
and the hook, and this is a you, especially when you do kind of. That's one thing I'll give Kendrick is that I thought he could do that because he can switch up like different sounds. Like he can do his little baby voice shit. He can do like all his little weird shit, rap fast, so like it could sound different, even though it's the same person throughout different songs. Like so there's a Rodwave, and it's like feeling this and how I'm. It's like it's gonna maybe be too much over the course of the thing. Yeah, and also maybe too is also don't do when you know it's just gonna be you. Maybe don't do 20 records.
Wait, this was 20 records?
It was like 18, I think.
What the fuck did I listen to?
You listen to the whole thing?
Nah, I listened to something else then. That shit was on like 8 records.
Yeah, you definitely listen to something else. This has 18 songs on it.
What's the name of it?
Nostalgia?
Nah, I ain't listen to that. That's crazy.
That nigga shit I'm over ride, didn't even listen to it.
What's Jupiter 7?
That's some old shit. That's the little shit he dropped last year. Like a little, he got a little EP type shit.
Why the hell not popping up on YouTube?
Nostalgia? I don't know.
Yeah, usually it'd be like the first album.
We didn't even listen to he listened to old shit.
Hey, my bad.
Right, he give you all this critique, Rod, and he didn't even listen to your shit.
Yeah, that shit definitely not popping up on YouTube.
Listen a little bit. This is the first record. What do you say? This is the best record?
Motion between us, the feeling below us. Taste of the floor. So I understand now. Somewhere in the back of your mind, the leaves are falling down, and I cling to the fern. Where did the day go? I never get to see you. I never get to feel you.
Damn, youngin', where have you been? Swear been a minute. On a late flight from Dallas, on the way back to the city. Trying to balance out my life. I've been busy, disconnected from the trenches, but my heart forever in it. I'm still in this motherfucker with the ones I started with. I don't need no brand new friends, only partnerships. I don't want no fairy tale Instagram model chick. I don't have the time for the party and the argument. Never them small clubs, holding no ball clubs. $500 back ends and all dubs. These days it ain't the same. Everything done changed. Youngin' get up on stage, $750 for his pain at the basketball arena, but they here for the wave. This motherfucker packed like a playoff game. All the women in my life could easily feel a distance. What's the point of having my heart if my mind busy? All these niggas claiming it's love, but I don't get it. I don't ever feel love, only tension. Used to look up the rappers, but arriving with Diddy. Ain't no friends in this business, cutthroat competition. A lot of niggas get inside this position and lose the vision. So I'm focused more than ever, been grinding like we ain't winning. I was stuck inside that bottom with problems getting evicted. Now it's back to back towards 2 summers for 60 million.
60 million back to back. But like, you said he rap, but like even Voodoo said like that, like he got a bunch of songs like that on the album. So it's like I don't see how I don't know. You got the Turks and Caicos record. See. Let's fast forward a little bit.
Let me, I seen her ass on her laying me, but she really sweet. My heart skipped a beat in the club where our harmonica be, so I bring a part of the me. Top flow, presidential suite, and we 50 deep. Hold on, T, could you stop the beat? Let's get something to eat. If she tryna set a trap, then it's gonna work. I love you and all your baddie friends, boo, let's go to Turks. I don't want your Insta or your Snapchat. Add me on your Finsta where you be bad at.
My bad. Pretty much he sampled Jay-Z girls, and that's what that song was. And it was 21 Savage. Yeah. I don't think it's the greatest album. It's like if you like Rodwave, you're gonna like the album. But you wouldn't be like, this is Rodwave's best album. I think
What's
if you like Rodwave.
Song on there?
The best, I don't know. I'm gonna lie, I listened to it one time. I couldn't even give you like the best sounding song. Yeah, I couldn't give you the best. I listened to that shit while I was cleaning the garage. I wouldn't even know the names of them hoes.
Mm-hmm.
If you had YouTube Premium, I don't know what that means. Is that for me? Are you talking to you? But anyways, yeah, for Rodwave, I just think, like I said, I like it. What I see on my social media is like he got a lot of. I think he's gonna be good because it seems like a lot of females really fuck with Rodwave. So I feel like he got that kind of demographic where they'll kind of, like niggas might not be rocking with this, but there's some niggas on the thing. I was like, this shit fire that I seen that. But I see a lot of girls like, I love Rod. They buying his tickets. Like he just announced his tour. Like I see more girls that was big in Rodwave on. At least on my, I don't know about everybody else's timelines, shit like that. But I think he'll be all right. I don't know if he'll ever be able to excel in the more superstardom or whatever. Maybe like I say, you need to do more features with people. You need to get with the Dirks, the Babies, the 21s, these people like that, and switch up the sound that way. And then maybe he can get back to where he was at. Because at one point he was like, he had a bunch of hits that was going, but lately it ain't been like, he got good records, but he ain't been having them hit records, So, yeah, that's my assessment of it. He always sells out shows. What does that mean? Not bad. I think it's a 7.7. I'm just reading. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what niggas with these ratings. I don't even know what I'd rate. I only listened to it one time. But a 7.7.
That's pretty high.
That's it. Like niggas be saying it's mid. I just don't get the word mid. Like when I hear the word mid, at this point when I hear mid, I think trash. That's what I think at this point. Like a 5 and below. Like a 7.7 to me, that's pretty good. Because I thought the Kendrick album was like pretty good. I gave it 6.5. Like, so when I see 7.7, it's like, okay, you think that album's a pretty good album if you're gonna give it a 7.7. Especially if you said that Kendrick shit was what you said, it was 8.5 or something like that, and you like that. I don't know. Niggas rate shit differently. So, anyways, what do you say? Hot take: Tekka will have a better album than Doja Cat and Drake. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all need to just be talking. Like, do you listen to any Doja Cat's new shit?
I don't listen to the nigga hater.
Nigga hater.
We already talked about this.
Oh, because she was in the chat room with the white guys? Or she was in the chat room with the white guys?
She don't claim her black side. We all know this. But no,
what's wrong with that? She want to claim her whiteness, man. Let her claim her whiteness.
Good for her. I don't listen to her.
She's making good music though. She got the first rap #1, so she's out here doing her thing.
I don't support racists.
Are you voting for Donald Trump if you were to vote? If you had to vote gun to your head, would you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
You said yeah?
Yeah.
He's racist. Anyways.
Nigga said gun to my head.
Gun to your head, who you voting for? I guess they're both racist. So, I mean, either way, you're voting for somebody who don't like black people. What kind of monitor you use? Who you talking to? You talking to Bryce? Because you can see his monitor in the window?
That's not my monitor. So, that's my chimney.
No, like in the window, you can see your monitor.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about you. You a ninja hater. Why would you listen to her? You a ninja hater. You talking about you? Anyways, great means production is exceptional and 75 to 80% is very good. classic means borderline flawless, virtually no skips, and tier replayability, memorable, and nostalgic songs. So, okay, if that's the case, if you think it's classic means borderline, I don't want to harp on this because we always get onto this shit. But if you think it's classic means borderline flawless, virtually no skips, god tier, replayability, memorable, and nostalgic songs, why would To Pimp a Butterfly be anywhere near classic? No nostalgia, no replayability, not memorable. Virtually a couple of skips in there. Borderline flawless. I wouldn't, if you're gonna give him like great, like nobody else is diving out the window with the pro black concept, nice whatever African drums and or blues. I say Jews, blues, jazz, whatever. Cool, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that that's a classic album.
I hate talking to niggas about this.
Because this don't make no sense. I just don't get it. But regardless, obviously your monitor. Why would I ask to see my? What do you mean? What kind of monitor? Nigga, these regular fucking screens. Like it's just like an Acer and a Samsung, and then like a little portable screen right here. But anyways, so once again, more music is dropped, and once again, more underwhelming music that probably won't survive past the year. Like I said, I like the album, but it's not something where I'm like, I need to replay this over and over and over again. Now, if I listen to it when we first listen, so I could be jumping out the window, but at the first, it just feels like a Rodwave album. I did hear that Diddy's album was good. I seen a lot of people on timeline saying, I don't know if Diddy paid a bunch of people to say that, but I did see a bunch of people saying that Diddy had put out a really, really good album. Obviously, there's a bunch of features.
Did he put out an album?
Yeah, Diddy put out an album.
He's still out here kicking.
I'm telling you, a lot of people on social media saying it was a great album. So I mean, maybe we should check it out. Not right now, but 21 gonna save this year again for music. Just watch. I'm not confident in that one. I think at this point, the only person that could save the year is Drake, obviously, and I say J. Cole.
Future,
I think J. Cole. Future, he could if he is another, like last year. He could.
We need multiple niggas to drop. We can't just have one nigga trying to say the year. Not even two. We need like 5 niggas to come out of nowhere.
But Kanye had to be Kanye, Drake, Cole, Future, and Lil Baby. I don't know. Maybe he's waiting for next year to drop. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'll tell y'all this. So I watched the Traplo Ross documentary now I've seen the whole thing now. All right. I don't know if you know anything about this, Bryce, but Traplo Ross is a white dude who makes documentaries about rap shit, a lot of drill shit, right? He did a 6-hour documentary about NBA YoungBoy, right? And all the murders he's allegedly tied to and all this type of shit like that. For YoungBoy, he might as well drop an album because I think I'm more interested in NBA YoungBoy now than I've ever been interested in him in my life. So I think for him, he should drop an album. Just to see everything surrounding him, his life, what he's been through, what he's gone through. Let's go ahead and drop an album, YoungBoy. Let's just see. Because he does have albums I do like. I always shit on him only because of where people place him. If people were to put him in his proper box, I wouldn't shit on him. But people don't put him in his proper location, so I got to kind of pull him down a little bit. That's just how I do shit.
I kind of I gotta take back some of my YoungBoy smoke because I like that he might have killed some niggas.
I didn't say I take it. I said he should drop an album. I said I have to take my smoke back from him. And like I said, the only time I have smoke from him is because where niggas like you see YB GOAT, like I don't do that. When niggas say he's the next Wayne, like bring him back down to earth. Put him where he's supposed to be. I said he got Gucci Mane career. Like just put him right there. He drop a lot of shit. A lot of shit's not memorable. He's got a cult fan base. Like put him there.
He ain't got Gucci Mane hits.
He probably does though. I ain't gonna lie. After watching the documentary when he was like putting the hits that was out there, I was like, okay, I do know that song. I do know that record. I do know that record. That's a big record. Verses. Wash him? I don't know if he wash him.
Gucci Mane or wash him in the verses.
Pull it up right now. Let's go. Y'all do Gucci versus YoungBoy? Look, Bryce, I don't even know Gucci shit like that to pull out a Gucci.
I can't believe you right now. That's what I'm laughing at.
No, I don't think Gucci has even when Gucci did the Jeezy shit, like all those records Gucci was playing wasn't like shit. I was like, oh yeah, that's a great record. Oh, that's a great record. I was like, that was cool. I don't think Gucci has far as hits goes. I don't think Gucci got 20 hits where he should be doing versus. He got like records a lot of niggas know, but I don't know if he should be.
As an opponent, that I started disagreeing with you.
This depends on who the audience is. If I get some of the youngsters in here, then it'll be a runaway show. YB has way more influence. I wouldn't even say. I don't know if you can say that because Gucci, when you look at Atlanta right now, that's all like Gucci influence. So you kind of got to credit Gucci with the entire whatever Atlanta's doing right now. Most of them niggas is fruit off Gucci main tree, so you can't even say that because when you look at the artist Gucci influence compared to artists that NBA Youngboy's influence, you would say Gucci's influence in artists is way higher, it's better. Niggas who give him credit is just, way better artists over there.
Yeah, and I think I'm adding Gucci Man features. That's what I'm doing. When you start adding his features, I think he started kind of pulling away from somebody like a Youngboy, Black Beatles.
Okay, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
What else he was on?
But when I say they're similar to me, it's like there's niggas who drop a bunch of albums, because like I don't know if they know, but because like I said they're from like California and where the fuck they're from, but Gucci Man kind of like how we talk about Boosie. Like when Gucci Man was out and he was dropping these mixtapes, niggas was like, they was on go. Like, hey, Gucci. He dropping this, he dropping that. And he went to jail. It made him a little bit bigger. And I don't know. Obviously, he's not number one streamed artist on YouTube and all that type of shit, but he a nigga that got a deep catalog, drop a bunch of shit, and he's got a fan base. Half the people in Atlanta.
Speaking of Nicki, you want to talk about the VMA Awards?
What about it?
What you mean, what about it? There was a lot of stuff that went on about it. The slugs from Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, she just let y'all know. Y'all know I don't fuck with these hoes y'all got up here about to perform. Like, let's be, hey, I'm not going to say nothing, but I might say something. But let's just let it run, see how the night goes. So you got to salute to her, She's keeping it on Nicki Minaj time. She's keeping on Nicki Minaj brand. She's letting them know, like, hey, if shit get kind of wicked, if I say something, don't be surprised. Y'all know I don't fuck with Cardi B. Y'all know I don't fuck with Meg Thee Stallion. I'm the host. I might say something, but she didn't do nothing, though. So,
do you think that's not a good look for their career, or do you think it not matter over time?
For whose career? Nicki's or theirs?
Cardi and Megan.
What's not a good look? Nicki not fucking with them?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not a bad look, but I do think that at this point in their careers, it might behoove them to get in good graces with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
because Nicki Minaj at this point is really the solidified female rapper. Like when this Bongo shit, you heard the Bongos record?
Yeah.
When that record is out, right? We're giving Cardi all this praise. We're giving Cardi all this prop. She's this. She's the second. She might even be bigger than Nick, whatever. And then she put Meg on the track. And then I see people saying it's projected to be like number 21 on the Billboard 100. It's like Cardi B said they put $2 million on the video. She did every interview. I haven't even seen her do this many interviews before, even for her album. She did interviews with everybody. She's trying to promote it like crazy. And obviously it's Meg off the Tory shit, first record, that's hype into it in itself. And for it to possibly go 21, and I feel like after that, nobody's going to really even care about the record past this week. Shit might be in jeopardy. Because Nicki Minaj is still, regardless of what people feel about it, she's still Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj dropped her single, Red Ruby the Sleaze. At least that shit peaked at 13, and that was just her by herself. She put out a singing record last week with no video, no real promotion behind it. That at least peaked at 23, just her. So if you got Cardi and Meg, will be to me the two, besides Nicki, the two biggest. Because they sold over 100K, whatever. If they can't even crack, I thought that shit. I was saying that shit gonna be the first number one, even though Doja Cat did it now. But it's gonna be the first number one. They got the video WAP too, but a lot of people don't give a fuck about that shit. So, it don't look too good.
And what I think was like that also hurt. Obviously, Nicki's voice is respected, but I think it's like the angle that Nicki's like painting all of this, and like obviously when you look at Nicki and her perspective, it's like she real rap. And when you look at Cardi, not so much Meg, but obviously Cardi like seemed like kind of like a microwave to a degree, and then Meg don't really talk about shit. It kind of like start to draw a line of like how I think actual people that really in hip hop will start to view them as well, versus like if they was all commingling, just getting along, like they could kind of blend without anybody saying that. Just like how some of these trash dudes be getting in, like if they was actually beefing with niggas like let's say like a Lil Pump or something when he first come in, he's like Kanye trash shit like that. It'd be a lot harder for a nigga to get on versus like he just dropping like, hey, Kanye.
He did it. His whole thing was calling J. Cole trash when he first got in.
Yeah, and I don't really think that helped him. But versus like you kind of get in, you just try to blend like so many other dudes, Young Thug or many dudes that I feel like really not that talented, but since they, got popular, they got cool, they built the brand, they just fit in for so long versus like if people really like if you was really like kind of spawning people, like I feel like that could have just hurt you a little bit. But I don't know. I just feel like especially in the women field, it's a lot like tougher because it really wasn't that much space in the first place unless you're really like uber talented. So I don't know. I was just curious what you're thinking.
Yeah, I just don't think that. Just, like I said, just based off of the record, like not doing the bongo shit, now doing great. I think they thought like, oh, this is WAP Part 2. Even Cardi, like, I don't know why she get on Instagram and be like, we tricked y'all. This video is gonna be nothing like what we did last time. And the song literally starts, "My pussy tight like a nun." It's like, okay, it's the same exact fucking like premise, colorful, ass shaking, raunchy lyrics, sexy, all that type of shit. Same thing.
Nun is crazy, bro.
And I don't even think about the bar when I'm saying it. I just remember the first like pussy something like a nun, and that don't work. I feel like she got to sit back and be like, okay, that didn't work, right? I was dropping this to gear up for an album. That cat is disrespectful as hell. I'm gearing up for an album. Now we got to kind of regroup everything that we was planning on doing. For her, to me, she should have dropped the album whenever WAP came out. Because that one, as far as a single after her album, that was the biggest one that she had. That was 4 weeks, #1. It's damn near diamond at this point now, obviously 3 years later. So the wait, I don't know if the waiting part was smart.
At this point, Cardi is solidified to where she at. I don't think she's going to get no bigger than she is. Like, I don't think if she dropped the album as a dud, people are just gonna be like, "Oh, it's over." Like, not even that it's over with. That it's just gonna be like Cardi dead or something like that. It's just like I don't think people expect it from her at this point. It's taking so long to drop. Like, I really just feel like people just expect her to have a hit every once in a while at this point. And if she do, she do. If she don't, she don't. Like, I don't think people view her in that same lens that they view other people.
But I don't think they view any female rapper like that at this point.
Yeah,
I don't think nobody is excited about a female rap album, full length album, except for obviously their fans.
Yeah. And
maybe like Nicki could get a bigger pop than everybody, obviously, because she's Nicki Minaj. But like everybody else, though, like Ice Spice probably shouldn't worry about the album. Just drop a single. Lotto, don't worry about the album. Just drop singles. Bia, like I see the list. Bia, City Girl, Sweetie, all these people just, Doja Cat, her album's gonna do good because she's able to blend into that pop world with the whatever. So she's gonna be all right. But what would Meg have to do to turn this around, go pop? But even saying Meg go pop, like she's still gonna have to rap. Like she's not gonna be singing. She's not a singer, so she can't really just fully transform over to that realm. So she's still going to be looked at as a rapper.
Meg's got to transform her whole brand at this point. I don't know if y'all seen the new Big Mouth.
Yeah, I seen that was kind of cringe.
It's just that's all she is. Like,
is that a kid show or is that like an adult cartoon?
It's an adult cartoon show.
Oh,
but kids gonna watch that shit. But yeah, it just how I talk about Chloe Bailey, like how she kind of cringe. That's what Meg is starting to become because she's a trope at this point. Like It's been many other women I feel like, and people in general, that start to fit in certain tropes. Like, what's the girl Tiffany Haddish? After a certain one,
yeah. Why did she? Well, I don't. The thing about, and this is off subject, but the thing about Tiffany Haddish, I don't guess like you don't have to. I don't know if she's trying to like relate to us, to like she thinks like if we were around these famous people, we would act how she acts. Like, you see the video of her like chasing Shakira around?
Oh, I didn't watch it, but I heard. I seen this.
But it's like, I don't know if she thinks like, well, oh, regular people, like we would do the same thing because like she's like one of us. She just got famous. Like, you've been famous for like 6-7 years at this point now. Like, it just looks weird when you like chase these celebrities down. I don't know. It's like it just, at this point, like you said, it's kind of like it's just a shtick. It's not like really who you are as a person. Like chasing down Shakira. Like, I get Shakira, but if I see Shakira, I'll probably like, oh damn, that's Shakira. But I'm not about to fucking chase her down and like act like I need to get a like picture of her so fucking bad.
A lot of women want to be the sexy red personality. Like,
but even like Sexy Red now, I think she's stuck in like a trope of whatever she is. Everywhere she goes, she got the money. She was at the game. She was at the Jets game with a stack. Like, it's like, bro, you're at the Jet. Like, I don't know if your labels tell her, hey, you must have that bitch glued to your hand everywhere you go for your image. And I was thinking too, I was like, I feel like girls, they want to look pretty, right? They want to dress nice. It's hard for me to believe that she's got all this money now and she still dresses like girls used to dress when we were in middle school. Like the colorful pants, like in the belt, like the video, like the dude with the ukulele, she had the belt buckle undone. Like, I refuse to believe you have now hundreds of thousands of dollars possibly, and you still want to dress that way. I just don't believe it. I feel like your label's like, you must do this. And like Ice Spice, I don't think Ice Spice wants to wear the fucking orange hair no more. I feel like hey, this is what you're known for. Like, this is your look, this is your aesthetic. So you must do this anytime you go to a major award show or function, just so people can identify you. Oh, that's Ice Spice. But Sexy Red is worse than Ice Spice. Hers is just a wig. Sexy Red is like an aesthetic that's kind of like all stereotypical.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately how all these women are, from the Cardi B's to Meg to Coi Leray. Nicki, I mean, hilariously didn't fit in that box because she had so many different personality changes. She had so many different like styles to music and stuff like that, where over time it doesn't come off as a trope. Now, to me, to a degree, I feel like you get the anacondas and shit like that. She's still obviously like one of these twerking like people that show her ass every time she's in a video, but rapping wise, it's a different conversation.
Yeah. Maybe like Nicki came in kind of on some like, I feel like maybe they came at the same time. I could be wrong, but like on some like Lady Gaga type shit. They were just outlandish with their style. Every time you saw them was something different. Like the people now, it's just like
at first. That was like
that one when that's when she got like more famous. That one like when she first was introduced. She first got introduced as the rapping chick from New York, yada yada, and then she went to the fashion, weird Lady Gaga type, kind of what Doja Cat's doing right now.
Yeah,
like Doja Cat's on her weird, like, you know, blood on me. I'm just weird.
Way less demonic.
Like, well, no, Nicki went on demonic shit, but Lady Gaga looked a little demonic back in the day.
No, for sure.
So, yeah, that just seems, I guess, the arc of how at least the women. Like, I don't know if Beyonce ever took that arc. Maybe it's like that's an R&B thing. They don't take that arc. I don't know any R&B chicks that
Beyonce
kind of take that arc.
Elevation was her life. Like, when she was younger, obviously they had the certain type of music they made. They had fun type of music, all this different stuff. As she got older, she started making adult music. When she got married, she started making, you know, kind of content towards that. Obviously, she still got all type of stuff, but as she got older, you could see her music change. So I feel like was her elevation.
Oh, Beyonce, yeah. True.
Like,
yeah, I mean, Nicki Minaj. I like Nicki Minaj, but like, even when I talk about Nicki Minaj, like I like her singing songs. Like one of my favorite songs, Nicki Minaj, is Grand Piano. I like that song. It's a great song. So I'm excited to see what her album sounds like. Because even like her, like she just, I feel like at one point she was trying to compete with them, like Cardi and them, like, oh shit, okay, his numbers is. I feel like right now she's like, you know, kind of like when somebody comes in red hot and it's, people are like, oh, we're pushing you out to pull them up or whatever. And then you're like trying to fight for your position as whatever. I think right now she's kind of like, time has kind of went on. people kind of see what it is. I'm me. I'm cemented. I know I have to do this competing with these people. It's like when I say she dropped that song last week where it's like kind of like a singing song and she didn't even make a video for it. She just dropped like she's in a spot where she's like, I'm just going to drop music. I'm going to just do me. And I'm still in that point for my wife. But I think that's just kind of where she's at in her career. Like, because to me, it is kind of weird, though, because I guess because there's never really been another female rapper. Obviously, there's been Iggy, there's been Deja Loaf, there's been Azalea Banks, but they've never been, like, really competing with Nicki. And Cardi was the first person people, like, actually, like, oh, this is a competition. We wouldn't have, like, when we speak about these people like Lil Baby, we never be like, Lil Baby is, like, we never even put him and Drake in the same conversation.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, we put Lil Baby in the conversation with Dirks, Youngboy. Like, we put them where they are, and they're new, whatever. Like, we never be like, Lil Baby's better than Kendrick. Well, we might say it, but maybe trolling. But we never put them in the conversation. We speak about Drake, we speak about Cole, we speak about Kendrick. Like, we speak to people in their time. But Nicki, she got to compete with every new chick that come out, and it's like they're not even in the same stratosphere.
I think Cardi was the only real competition that anybody ever got for Nicki, and it was just one of them, like, just like when you see like the women in UFC or something like that, that's like super dominant. It's like you just want to see if somebody can knock her out. So you put her up there and give her a chance, maybe a little too early. And I think that's really what the case that is, because it definitely was manufactured. Like, we just want, like you said, and we was talking about how we treat everything else. I wouldn't have done that, or I don't think most people would, just be off of career. Like Cardi, like
when you look at it too, though, is it? Do you think it was do you think it was a media thing? Because back in the day, the media niggas was on Nicki, like it was super like pro Cardi. Do you think there was any kind of like media label manipulation, or was everybody kind of like, well, this girl's new, so let's kind of praise her a little more than we maybe should? Let's kind of do the Goliath, David versus Goliath type thing.
I think they just tried to push her up there as soon as she started getting any type of headway. She got what, Bodak Yellow. What was the song she got around that time?
I don't know, because wasn't it just Bodak Yellow and then the album dropped and then all them songs started doing good? I could be wrong.
It might have been like one other song, but yeah, pretty much is what.
Or maybe I think did she drop the shit with 21 Savage, the Bartier Cardi? Bitch wanna party with Cardi. Something around. Maybe they dropped that video. I could be wrong, but yeah. I guess it was Bodak Yellow and then Bartier Cardi with 21 Savage, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and you gotta think with Cardi, like it was her charisma, it was her energy that helped promote her to that next level too. Like, obviously, it was that raunchiness. It was like if you see the era we look at the last 5 years, raunchy type of shit. Like, look at Sexy Red. Like, we was heading into that era, and she was like the perfect person to like cap that era off, or at least started to or get that era going, I should say. So, I think it was kind of like a perfect way for her to get that push to that spot. Like, Nicki needed a competitor. We going into this raunchy rap shit, microwave rap shit, and she fit a lot of them boxes where she could be plug and play to a degree. And she also had a brand that people kind of like, follow behind, or at least want to listen to and shit like that. So it was a mix of a lot of stuff, but it definitely wasn't just music. Because if we just talking about music, it's no way in hell she should have been getting compared with Cardi. I mean, with Nicki. Like, we know they're not in the same playing field, bro. Like, being real. Like, what's the songs where you talk about Cardi B, like, she really went crazy with the bars?
I mean, the only people talking about is recent shit.
Yeah, but she
got
put up there though, for as far as that's where it's kind of crazy. And even then, with the shit with her and Gorilla, like, that shit crazy, but it's crazy because of the energy. It's crazy because of like her, obviously her style of rap, but that ain't just like that's child play to like some shit that Drake or Kendrick or Cole put together. Like, I just listened to a Cole freestyle. The shit was fucking immaculate. Every fucking verse was everything was a fucking crazy bar. That, like, she not doing shit like that. So it's like, when we really compare her, like, or really talk about, like, oh, let's listen to her, so, like, peak Cardi B bars, it ain't that high. It don't get that high. It's more like she got a good sound. It fit the trap vibe, which is perfect for her right now, and she could be a good feature. Because her energy and shit like that. She definitely like an energy feature. But she not going to be really saying shit.
Yeah. I'm just curious what's gonna happen. When she drop her album, how it's gonna sound, what people gonna be saying about it, what type of shit she gonna go. I saw somebody say her career might be over, but she can still do like the Latin shit. I ain't gonna lie, we be saying that. Like we be saying like these people like 6ix9ine, whatever, can just switch to Latin. I don't know if it's that easy for them just to switch to Latin. Cause I do feel like these Latin people got they have their Latin people now. Like they got their Anitas, they got their Peso Plumas, they got their Bad Bunnies, they got their J Balvin's. Like I don't know how receptive they are to like people who blew up in America. Just be like, well, okay, I'm gonna go do the Latin shit. They might get some buzz. I'm gonna say they will get no play, but
it's all about
I don't think they're gonna be bigger than them people.
It's all about will they sell out because you're gonna lose your respect in hip hop if you try to become a flow rider. Like Flow Rider at one point, I don't think nobody was ever gonna be like Flow Rider's an up and coming rapper, but he was considered a rapper. His first couple songs, like people consider a rapper. Then we was like, oh, that's the way he going. Like people just noticed that from him because obviously the music he made. Every song he started trying to make, it was like a club pitbull type of hit, type of anthem, type of song. So it's like you respect it, but that ain't hip hop. Like what we judge and like rank. Oh, is that nigga top hip hop because he dropping hits and shit. So if a Cardi B gonna do that, you gotta throw away that I'm rap. You gotta go to that I'm making club type songs that are specific for like their type of vibes, and if you also got to be successful at it, but you definitely got to
saying crazy shit.
But you definitely got to let go of like, oh, I'm this rapper type. You're not gonna be able to grab that Mexican or that type of that fan base just off trying to like be what we call Rodwave, a tweener. Like you can't be in the middle. You gotta just like look at Flow Rider type hits, bro. Look at Pitbull type hits. You can do it. You can do it, but you really gotta just jump off that rap ledge.
I think that Flow Rider got more hits than Future. Why did Future get so disrespected like that? He got big. Okay, I'll give y'all that. I'll give y'all that. He's got bigger records than Future. I'll give y'all that. Because he got records I didn't even know was Flow Rider, but he got, But if we did the verses, I don't think. Yeah.
That's the thing. He not hip hop, so of course he wouldn't win.
Yeah,
he's such a niche.
He got 3 number ones. He got 3 number ones, 11 top 10s, and 29 songs that trade. So Low was 10 weeks at number 1. Whistle was there for 2 weeks. And that You Spin My Head Right, that was 6 weeks. And he got Wild. I love Wild Ones. That's a great record. Good Feeling in My House. But I don't know, like those might be bigger records, but like if I play My House and I play like some shit from Future, y'all niggas ain't gonna just be like, oh, that was a bigger record, so y'all. I don't think I don't know, because I don't think y'all niggas fuck with Wild Ones like that. I don't know what y'all like, but if I play Wild Ones, y'all ain't gonna be like, hey, that's gonna be the Future record.
Future for sure, NJ.
At least I got a question for y'all. Who do y'all think has better long Future? Future, definitely. So what else we got? You want to talk about what is it, copyright? Anyways, we're gonna talk about Colorado every week.
We might as well.
Am I gonna eat my words? They've already won 2 games. What was my prediction for them? Did I say 4 games? Like before the season, I'm gonna go to my before the season ever started prediction, not during the season. I was like, oh shit, kind of maybe they lose like they win like 7, 8. What did I say? I said 3 or 4, right? I think I said 3 or 4.
Like 3 or 4 losses.
They're expected to blow the fuck out of
Colorado
State. Then they got Oregon, which to me that would probably be their true, like maybe their true test. Let's see what they do there. I'm gonna change my thing now. I say they win 8 games. I give them 8 games. Dion, they got them believing in themselves. There's a lot of pressure on them. There's a lot of hype around them.
At this point, the only team I think that may beat them is USC. After I watched Utah, they had they went down to the wire recently in the last game they played, and that wasn't too convincing. Let me see. USC football, yeah, USC looking like USC right now. So I'll say that's the biggest matchup, and that's coming in 2 weeks.
But see, then they got to play. Then they got to play like depending on the Oregon game go. They got to go back to back, right? So they go to Oregon to play Oregon. I think they play USC at home, which is a big deal for them to play them at home. But that's two, pretty decent schools back to back. They got Bo Nix at quarterback for Oregon. So I mean, at this point, I'm just saying I believe in Prime. I ain't gonna lie.
Utah only beat Baylor by 7 points, and that came down to the wire. Baylor literally almost beat that team if there was a penalty call at the end.
Beat who? Oregon?
Utah.
Mm.
So let me look at this Oregon team.
Well, see, yeah, Trey, you're talking about different shit. Like, well, it only takes Shedeur to get injured. We're talking about like fully healthy like team. We're not talking about like Shedeur and Travis Hunter tear their ACL. It's like okay, now it's a different story at that point. But if it's just like everybody's healthy.
Oh yeah, Oregon. Last game they beat Texas Tech by 8 points. Number 13 versus unranked team. Yeah, Oregon. Bo Nix might be good, but I don't know about Oregon. I think, like I said, Caleb. Only reason I say USC because Caleb Williams may put together a game that it's hard to compete with. But
I don't know. Just me looking at them versus Nebraska, though, it's like if Nebraska didn't make all the mistakes, like they turn the ball over like 6 times. Like they get into a team that don't turn the ball over 6 times, that can actually, score with their offense. And their defense is solid. Like the beginning of Nebraska, after halftime, when they start blowing niggas out, like that's a whole different game after that. But like they get a team that comes out the gate like smoking, and their defense is holding. We got to see if they can come back from a deficit. Now I don't remember the TCU game. I don't remember was it just back and forth, or was it they was down by a lot and they came back?
It was back and forth. It was some time where they were down in the game, and there was some times where they were up, but they lost it. Like it was an ebbs and flow. But like I said, even with that Nebraska game, like Nebraska is one of them teams that's gonna slug it out, gonna make the game ugly, gonna try to run the ball and try to make it a gritty game. And they end up pulling away. Nebraska might be one of the best defenses they play all season, and I'm dead ass. Like just off of their principles and how they play football. And obviously Nebraska ain't doing too well this year. They lost to Minnesota and they lost to Colorado, but
let me respond to Flan. You don't think the Colorado forced those bad plays? If you look at the plays, the quarterback dropped 2 snaps like himself. Like that had nothing to do with Colorado. He was shotgun, he he dropped the ball. And another one, he had this dude coming across on a screen. He hiked it too early and it hit the dude. So it's like he had like 3 errors just on the quarterback not being able to handle the snap. And then the other one was him clearly like the receiver wasn't open. I don't know why he threw it over there. Colorado obviously, what's what I'm looking for? Capitalized on it, but still, it's like I don't think Bo Nix and them niggas is making plays like that. But we'll see.
Oregon play Hawaii next week. Colorado play Colorado. So they both get a warm-up game before the big game and before they head in the conference play. So they better get up all the tuning they can get in because. What do you think about the
stat that came out that said 8.7 million people watch Colorado versus Nebraska, and only 7.5 people watch Texas versus Alabama? Like a whole million more people like watch the Colorado versus Nebraska game. I was like, what the fuck?
It could have been a time of day, but nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But you got to think when that Colorado Nebraska game was more, like I probably sure it was more noon games than like the 4:30 time slot. But that's Alabama versus. That's Alabama versus Texas.
Yeah, it's hard to argue. I'm just like throwing some random shit out there, maybe. But even this was like Colorado versus Colorado State. Like that was like game day.
Everybody's out there. First Take's out there. Pat McAfee's out there. Big Noon for Fox is out there. Game day. Like everybody is there for this game. It's like I get it. Colorado's great as TV. It is TV. It's this network. It's ratings. So I get why they're all out there. But my thing is like y'all got to kind of be out there every week. Like y'all got to circle back for the USC game if they keep winning. So y'all got to go. Like if they go into USC 4-0 and USC's 5-0, whatever they are, I would think College Game Day is like, well, this is the biggest game of the week. We got the 2 top. You would assume, depending on how Shedeur do these next 2 games, the 2 top Heisman people. You got what's his name, Caleb Williams, and you got Shedeur, and then you got Travis Hunter. Depending on how good he might be the 3rd Heisman person in there. So you got these Heisman people. So I feel like y'all got to come back to this game again. So they're the big ticket.
Yeah, knowing college football, I feel like Shador is the better player in almost every game except Caleb Williams. Washington ain't got a Shador on their side. Utah ain't got a Shador on their side. Oregon State, UCLA, they
I mean,
ain't got
according to
him.
the NFL draft, Washington do got a high caliber quarterback. He the third best quarterback, they say, behind Caleb and the dude from UNC. Is it
Washington
UNC?
ain't never been a top 15 school, and they ain't gonna be this year.
Washington's number 9.
Oh, I was looking at Washington State.
Yeah, Washington's number 9.
Other than Washington State, even Washington, they gonna fall out of that.
Come on.
Wait,
Man.
Washington. Huskies?
Washington, ain't they number 9?
Oh damn, they are this year.
You know what I'm saying? That's in the Pac-12 got I think I was listening to Pat McAfee said they got 6 teams in the top 25. They got USC, Washington, Oregon State, and then Colorado.
Colorado don't have to play them though.
Don't have to play who? Washington?
Yeah, no, at least not in the regular season. When did Washington get good? They were sorry last year.
I thought they got the top 3 quarterback in the draft next year, and they probably put them up there.
I mean, it's about to lose at least 4 games this year. What they play so far? They ain't played nobody.
Yeah, got to play UCLA is ranked 24. Utah, they got a whole bunch of people in the top. Washington State, even Washington State's ranked. Everybody in the Pac-12 damn near ranked. Shit.
That's because it's early in the season. Wait till them niggas start losing like always.
Anyways, salute to them. Trail, you a hater. Everybody wants to watch Texas football. That's why they get all the money. That's why they sell the merch. That's why they're Texas. That's why they're who they are. Where did Texas move up to when they? What's the new ranking for Texas? What do we say? Is it gonna be top 5?
Actually, don't know.
They don't say where they at. What? Oh, they're number 4 now. Salute to Texas, man.
In front of them, Georgia.
Is Texas back, baby? Are we back in the building? We're gonna beat the shit out of Wyoming. Gonna beat Baylor, beat Kansas, beat Oklahoma. That's gonna be a good game. It's always a good game. Beat Houston. We ain't got nobody else. Who? Like once they get past Oklahoma, they really ain't got nobody else. Texas about to play Wyoming, Baylor, Kansas, Oklahoma, U of H, BYU, Kansas State. They're ranked 15. TCU. They fuck around losing TCU, low-key. They fuck around just blow the game TCU. Texas ain't been relevant in 10 plus years. It don't matter about 10 plus. Really, Texas is always relevant.
So was Georgia.
We just suck. They just sucked over them years. You said what?
I said so was Georgia before they became good.
Yeah. But
when was the last time Michigan won something? They fucking ranked number 2. Where's falling off from Chicago?
When the fuck is there even they have a team? Illinois. Oh, them niggas they all suck.
They ain't been good since motherfucking
the Fighting Illy. Whatever the hell they call themselves.
Pineapple Express.
Yeah, they're trash. Last time Texas was relevant, KD was hooping for them. All right, stop. Who was first? KD or Colt McCoy? Was Colt McCoy after KD?
Yeah.
Okay, so stop. Colt McCoy was there. He was doing his thing.
Yeah, he was technically there after.
Yeah, so stop it. Colt McCoy was doing his thing. After that, I'll give it to you. They won the greatest team.
Shit. USC ain't been good since Reggie Bush.
True. Matt Leinart, we heard none from them since Matt Leinart. That's true. Our follow-ups kind of are similar, except for we had the Colt McCoy moment, so we had a little bit of extended life. But pretty much since that Rose Bowl, that classic Rose Bowl, it ain't been the same for either one of our programs. Like I said, except for the Colt McCoy thing. What you mean didn't? Hold on, bro. If Colt
didn't in the national championship,
yeah, like Colt McCoy didn't get injured in the national championship.
Yeah, and they still only lost by like a touchdown.
Yeah, Colt McCoy got injured in the national championship. Stop it. 2010 versus Alabama. Stop it.
And the final score was what, like 20-27 or something?
No, it was 21-37. But still, he got injured.
Oh, damn. What game am I thinking about? Oh no, I'm thinking about last. That was like cause it was just bringing up all the games where quarterback got hurt in Alabama. It was they were talking about the last year game when we lost by 7 after what's name got hurt.
Yeah, stop it. Colt McCoy was a 2008 Heisman Trophy runner-up and 2009 Heisman Trophy finalist. Stop it. We ain't act like that. He wasn't great. Stop it.
Cole was that guy. Him and Jordan Shipley.
I'm reading something. Yeah, it says Colt McCoy got hurt in like the first quarter.
Oh yeah, he got hurt.
He got hurt the first drive. It was still 21 to stop. Bitch. See those Chicago niggas. Stick to rap, nigga. You don't know nothing about football. Stop it. Stick to rap. Stick to Tech 9. Stick to that shit. The pressure for the defense made him faking it. Oh, so Matlock saying he faked the injury. Okay, that's an interesting take. I never heard that before. Why would he do that? That would cement his legacy.
I don't think he faked it, but he could have came back in, but he didn't want to risk his draft status.
True, but where did he get drafted at?
Like,
was he a top pick?
No, he didn't.
He wasn't even a top pick, so it's like you might as well fucking just do what you gotta do. At least you be like a college. Like if you win the national championship, you're at least cemented in college forever. Like you're Colt McCoy, 2-time Heisman, 1-time runner-up, 1-time finalist, national championship. Like you'll be good.
Yeah, I was mad at that one, but.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Matlock's Alabama. I forgot he's an Alabama guy. I forgot about. He was a big Alabama guy in high school. I forgot about that. But Alabama sucks now, so that's kind of it's kind of dried up for now. Matlock, they're done for.
Hook 'em.
And they already the black quarterback there last week. They're benching him. They're bringing in some transfer guy. Well, I forgot the white boy. I saw a report that said they was benching the black guy, and they're gonna start this Butcher, something like that guy next week or tomorrow.
He didn't even play that bad.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Alabama is making a switch at quarterback after just 2 games as starter Jalen Milroe has been benched for Tyler Buchner, according to multiple reports on Friday.
That's crazy.
Alabama benches Jalen Milroe for Notre Dame transfer Tyler Buchner.
They didn't even start at Notre Dame.
But it's good for him. Jalen Milroe, I don't know how old he is. He's going to get in the transfer portal. He's going to transfer to another school. He's going to do grades and get Heisman, and then he's going to fucking go to the NFL.
Because of Jalen Hurd.
That's typically how he's going to go to Oklahoma. They're going to love him. He's going to go crazy, and then they're going to be great again. He's going to be a Heisman finalist. He's going to get drafted.
Bro, he threw a great touchdown, man. Texas just had a better game plan. Nick Saban got outcoached. His team got whooped on every level of football, and now he's trying to blame it on Jalen Milroe. That's honestly ass. Honestly,
trying to blame it on the black man.
It's honestly ass.
And he admitted, I saw Nick Saban doing a thing when he was kind of like the offensive line, like we couldn't stop pressure up the middle. We couldn't stop pressure. Like if your offensive line, if you know your offensive line can't stop pressure, I don't see how that's the quarterback's fault at the end of the day.
And then he's young. He gonna get rattled if his people coming at him. Tom Brady has lost games because he got hit too many times and he started getting rattled. That's one of Tom Brady's that's most quarterbacks thing to get in their head because they feel like that timer going off in their head a lot faster, bro, and everything go off from after that because now the time in the offense off. So knowing a young quarterback on a primetime television was getting blitzed like that's bro. That's primetime football shit. Bill Belichick, if he going against a young rookie quarterback, he going to send a lot of pressure to him. And it's going to be tough for him. He going to make it tough, but that don't mean the quarterback ass just because they went up against a good defensive plan. Like, that's really ass to Nick Saban.
Yeah, and I feel like you let him ride because even if you look at their schedule, it's like, okay. I mean, he beat Auburn for y'all. He beat Kansas State for y'all. He beat Middle Tennessee. That's not nothing crazy, but he beat them. He barely lost to Texas, which Texas is a good school. Now y'all got to play South Florida. Y'all play Mississippi, who's ranked 17. Like my thing is like, okay, let him get his groove back, let him get his timing back, his confidence, beat South Florida. And if he loses Mississippi, then okay, all right, you losing the ranked teams. Let's pull back from you, and then let the other guy come in because the other guy can come in. He can play Mississippi State. They're not ranked. Texas A&M, they're not ranked. Arkansas, they're not ranked. And then by the time y'all get to Tennessee, right now they're 11, y'all are 10. Then y'all can feel like, okay, is this quarterback better or is this one was like, who do we pick? Then you got to, but whatever.
Like that was just an overreaction to getting y'all butt whooped by Texas. That's all it is. Like, it wasn't him not cutting it. Like, he made big plays when the plays was there to make. He threw it down the field. A lot of plays, yeah, he threw some dumb picks, but at the end of the day, it was some schemes. It was some shit that Alabama could have did a lot better as well, bro. Like Alabama was running the ball well at first. That shit got stuffed, and they ain't had no response to that. Once Alabama couldn't run the ball no more, they looked like a whole different other team, bro. So to blame it just on Jalen, man, I don't know. That shit unfortunate for him. But
hopefully this guy comes out and he sucks, and then they'll probably put him back in. But that's the thing about college football, man. We play for these big schools. It's like we got another 5-star sitting right there waiting to come on in. So I mean, let's see what you do, buddy. You can't cut it. We got this guy.
that's crazy.
5 stars are getting recruited every single day.
Deion wouldn't do him like that. That's why Deion might take over.
Yeah, I'm reading this quote from Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow said, I think when you look at last week's game, there are some plays that Jalen really wants back, that he made some mistakes in that game that really hurt them. But there was also a lot of other areas that Alabama had weaknesses. Their offensive line did not perform. They had pressure on him the entire day. I don't think it's fair to Jalen to put this all on him. It's on a lot of areas of Alabama, and I think it's from the coaching staff, the physicality to the playmakers, to also some of it's on Jalen. It goes all the way around.
Yeah. Like, Bill O'Brien back there still play calling. Maybe it was some of his sorry ass play calling. No, he know to do that.
Excuse me.
I don't think they won a national championship since he been back. Shit.
Who?
Bill O'Brien.
O'Brien.
They might have won one, but they now sure ain't been eating like they was before he was there.
No, definitely not. Well, anyways, what else we got on the docket for today?
Excuse me.
We got to get this in because we're going to be back till next week. Oh, Kevin Porter Jr. What do you think about that? What do you think about Kevin Porter, man?
It's insane, man. I honestly don't understand why these dudes be having girlfriends.
When you like young millionaire?
You young, bro. I remember just my experience back in the day. Like, I took football so serious. Like, I would never let relationship shit affect me. Like, I literally told the girl at the time, like I'm single during football season because like it's literally like it's not to talk to other girls and shit. It's just like I don't care about none of this shit. Like it's literally football first. And if you getting paid millions, like to jeopardize your life, obviously, because you can be behind bars, but even to jeopardize the life you built already, like you built the empire and you just gonna give it up because you're emotional in a relationship, like. I just don't see why you wouldn't just be single and just living your life as freely as possible. Like, why be in these stressful, toxic relationships like that? Like, it's honestly insane to me.
Especially the way like I get in relationships, you argue and shit like that, but the way they describe it, like to be punching her closed fist, boom, 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 break her vertebrae, like you break somebody, like breaking somebody's vertebrae is in an abuse thing, like bro, that you might as well try almost damn near charging with attempted murder.
Pretty much.
The way that they made it seem like he was doing, I'm sure they said it was in the hotels. I'm sure there's some type of. I mean, I don't know. Every hotel I've been in, there ain't always cameras in the hallways, but I feel like a lot of these new hotels, there's cameras in the hallways. So I would assume there's some type of video. Maybe it ain't been put out there yet, but. Yeah, then for him, they start running on every instance he's ever had. It's like, and this time he attacked a DJ. I don't know if he attacked DJ. He did something to a DJ. He got into an argument with the Rockets GM because they like moved his locker or some shit he did in college. It was covering up sexual assault allegations. Like, they started learning all the shit about Kevin Porter. That's why it was Cleveland. That's why he got booed out of Cleveland because he was arguing with the general manager about a locker thing there. They started running on his whole little laundry list of shit. I'm just like.
He got to it with Rockets organization too before a couple times. They swept it under the rug though. Like, I mean, he made it easier for them to clear up the space because they just had, a bunch of different signings at the positions and draft some dudes that's gonna be at his position. I was wondering, who was gonna get moved and all this other stuff, but it made it easy for him. Like he literally just wasted his career. Like, I think the Miles Bridges shit was like crazy. Like Kareem Hunt, like in NFL, that shit was crazy. But like, I think it was to a lesser degree the domestic violence situation. Even with, I think the Miles Bridges shit, like I don't feel like that was something light at all. But I feel like maybe it ain't no video. Maybe like maybe just like the graphic nature of what happened really don't come across from the situation. like it do with this Kevin Porter situation. And it seemed like if she ain't run out in the motherfucking lobby, she might have died type shit from what they selling. Like she was saying that she ain't stopped beating her till she really got out of there. Like it would have killed her if she stayed. Like literally her vertebrae gone, so he choking the shit out of her. So like at the end of the day, like all that coming across, like that boy career is over. I don't think it's something you can come back from, like the Miles Bridges and shit like that, like Kareem Hunt. Like when I
seen this, I was like, Rockets are searching for trade partners. I'm like, who do y'all think's about to? What team do y'all think's about to trade for this guy? Unless it's a team that's like, okay, we're gonna trade for him, but y'all also gonna send us a piece we actually want because y'all really want to get rid of him, and then we're just gonna cut him. But I saw a thing that was like, even if they cut him, they owe him $16 million. So regardless, he gonna get the $16 million. But I don't know how this works. I think like you talking about broken vertebrae and open fist punching, like it sound like prison time to me.
Yeah, I seen that, but I was like, I don't think that shit 100% true. Unless the NBA that dumb. I feel like they've been figured out clauses to where they don't have to pay people when they breach a contract from like little things like that. Like not little things like that from a significant thing like that. It ain't that you was just a disgruntled locker player. It wasn't that you got old and fell off. It wasn't that you had a bunch of injuries. Like, bro, you did something that's illegal that should avoid most contracts with business partners. So I don't see why they should have to pay him still when it's not none of their fault. Like, you know what I mean?
So this is what Miles Bridges did to his girlfriend. So her lips busted, face, ears got a little laceration, face got laceration, bruises all on the side of her body. Yeah, so.
And that's pretty bad.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get, like, I'm married, right? I don't do shit like, let me preface, I don't do shit like this. But you get into heated arguments, but like, I just don't see, like, how you get to this level of shit. Like, you're like beating the shit out of somebody. Like, you and your wife, y'all could, like, people, you could argue. You can argue with your girl. Like, that's normal. Let's not make that's normal to argue. But when you're talking about beating the shit out of your girlfriend and like punching her in the face and choking the fuck out of her to break her neck and like, I don't know, and then like money isn't everything, but like y'all got a lot of shit to lose. Like, bro, y'all talking about like Miles Bridges was coming up on millions of dollars worth of more contracts. Like
$1.85 million, I think.
And you throw that away. Like, I don't know if Kevin Porter Jr. was going to be able to ascend or he was going to just be where he was at, but he's still going to miss out on millions now.
$85 million is what I meant to say. But yeah, I know some dudes get a little leeway when it's like their girl is abusive and they snap because their girl did something, but more times than not, not always them situations. And sometimes these dudes are just abusive, and it's crazy because you got all that money and power too. So it's like sometimes they feel like they probably even cover it up, or they could pay people off after they do certain behaviors and shit like that. So that's it. Some of these dudes are just cold-hearted abusers, bro. And it's
like you could just get away. Like, I'm tired. Like, you can hit a red eye. Like y'all got something. Y'all can do it. Y'all can like hit the PJ. Like, y'all can just get away. Like, y'all can just go and just be like, I'm gone. I'm done with this shit.
Y'all can go. You could just send her somewhere. You could give her a hotel. Like, like I was telling K-Ray, like, I'm not saying this the time I understand domestic violence, but like, say a couple that's like super broke, they don't have no way to get away from each other. Like, they gotta stay together because that's like they can't go to another apartment. I could see like shit getting to a point where that may happen, but like, you got the means to be able to, like, if y'all really not fucking with each other, you can make sure if you got a kid, she go stay with that kid in the apartment. As soon as you call your agent or whatever, you can get her a hotel. You can do whatever you want without really stressing that they gonna be all right. Like, you ain't just throwing them to the curb. So when you saying in these type of situations, bro, like, they can get away, it's like it's so crazy that they don't use those methods. Like, if a police come, they gonna just separate y'all, right? If it's a domestic thing they can't really solve, they separate y'all. That should be your first thought in the first place. Like, bro, this shit too crazy. Bro, I gotta
hear that. Like I said, there's no context to where I think you should do that. Like, the way it's worded is the way it's I've seen it be presented is like he tried to come home to the hotel or whatever. The door was locked. Somebody let him in, and then she was asleep and he started attacking her. Like that's the context I'm seeing online. I don't know if that's the full exact story, but it's like you said. It's like if you that heated, like even just let her stay there. And if you're worried about her tearing up the hotel, it's like, but y'all get like $30,000 fines from the NBA for like dressing bad, whatever. It's like even the hotel's like you owe us 10,000, like 10,000 for the girl messing up the hotel, or risking millions of dollars. It's like, all right, she fucked the hotel. That's my fault. Here's 10 bands, like whatever, bro. Like it's nothing to y'all. Like y'all go buy a watch and a chain for $50,000. Like it's nothing. So I just don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Some people ain't. Some people just ain't right in the head, man. And they could be uber talented at the same time.
I mean, even if she was cheating on you,
it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
I don't know. You can. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. No. Let me hold on before you talk. Let me. I'm not saying you should do that, but there is such thing as crime of passions where niggas just snap. Niggas just snap, and it's like they kill you. We see music videos all the time. You walk in, your wife cheating on you, snap, you shoot everybody up. It's like, oh fuck up, oh shit, what happened? But it's not worth it though. Still not worth it.
No, it ain't. It ain't worth it at all. Like it says a lot about yourself that you can't understand that something happened, and your life is more important. Their life is more important. Like obviously you love people. If they do something like that, the love for them you might not want to feel that no more. But at the end of the day, killing them, like, all right, you made a decision. You did something that you feel like was best for you. Cool, I'm separating. But killing them because of that decision they made is insane. At what point do you like all the love?
Well, killing it. I'm just talking about even like what he did, like
beating them up.
I'm not condoning it. I'm not condoning it. But like, if you walk in on your girl, she getting beat down, you like what are you thinking in your brain? Like a nigga like hitting your girl. You just, like really like if a nigga hit your girl, you just gonna like look and then just like turn around and walk out the house.
I'm not about to fight. Like, what am I about to argue?
I guess you can't fight the nigga. He had his meat out, so that's gonna look crazy.
Like, I'm not about to argue. I'm not about to do none of that. Like, I'm about to get up out of there.
Okay.
Like, that's just like, bro. That's at that point. I don't even know who that is. Like, bro, I walked in on some people that's dead to me at this point. I'm gone. Like, what are we? I'm about to do the best I can to make moves. That's the situation. Like, killing that person, beating their ass. Like, bro, that's insane. Like, cause it's like, would you do that to your family member? Like, they cross you gonna beat their ass to a point you want to kill them? Like, at some point, bro, you gotta let shit just go. Like, to a point where you, like, maybe you're not gonna be cool with them no more, but you ain't gotta like that's just wild to me. That's just wild to me.
Niggas a different fight meat out. No, that's crazy. Nigga dick out. You trying to fight nigga with dick out? That's crazy.
Like,
that's OD.
Like, killing somebody, that's crazy, bro. Beating their ass, that's crazy.
No, killing somebody because you're gonna be in jail. You're gonna be thinking like, damn, I killed these people, and I'm in jail for the rest of my life because this person cheated on me. Like, I'm in prison for the rest of my life.
Like, different. You never really been in a fight, but like, it's not like if you fight somebody you know you can beat up, bro, you don't get a good feeling from that. Like, unless they really piss you off, it's like, oh, I had to beat their ass to give them a principle, but you don't really feel good about that. Like, you beating up a woman, bro, like, that shit gotta stick with you, bro. Like, that, like, it's no way, even like afterwards, you don't feel bad. Like, when you say certain shit to people, you like, bro, I wish I took that.
Yeah.
And say that. You beat somebody ass that had no chance, bro. That shit's insane, bro. Like,
I just said, nigga be snapping, man. If they brain just break, it's like, they lose. Like, some people just walk out and they deal with they pain in a different way. Like, classic Whiskey Lullaby song where he was away at the army. He got back home early. He walked in, he saw his girl, and he like, he left. He started drinking. He drank himself in alcoholism. He died. But, people do it different. There's a movie where he walks in on his wife. He got the gun. He holding him hostage. He holding him hostage the whole damn time. Like, all right, I'm about to kill. Like, what we doing here? It's just different strokes. I ain't condoning it.
No, I definitely understand it.
Some niggas be snapping, man.
I couldn't see myself doing that at all. I get it though, for sure.
4 people got shot over $5 in my neighborhood. Man, see the shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. But people do shit. That's the thing. Like people do shit all the time. Like you step on my foot, I kill you. Like people do shit all the time. Maybe they didn't even just like to step on the foot. So you step on my foot, I say something to you. The person who stepped on your foot, like, all right, bitch, chill out, and then that's when the altercation come. But still, it's like a lot of people do stupid shit and overreact. Like I saw this shit today. So there's like a rapper who's like he's like tied to Kodak Black. I don't know if he's on Kodak's label or I don't know what he is, but they gunned down his mom. He in federal prison right now. Some dude named Psycho Bob. They gunned down his mama when she was sitting in her car. And people are assuming, obviously, because he got shit he be doing that it's correlated to that. But, like, bro, to kill somebody's mama, like, because of them, like, but anybody, these dudes out here, man, they wicked. I ain't gonna lie. If I see this dude, I'm sure he was, I'm 99.9% sure this nigga was out here doing some shit he wasn't supposed to be doing. I'm sure. But to kill somebody's mama because of who they are?
I ain't gonna lie. If your son do something that betray some of my people, I can see your ass getting dealt with as a parent. Like, bro, look what you raised. You gotta die.
That's fucked up.
I don't blame some people for that. Like,
but shoot, because some people you gotta think some mamas be single mothers. They're out here trying to work and come home and their kid get raised by the streets, so they like they can't. They trying.
I'm blaming
they trying.
Try harder, man.
Look at them. You can come on. A mother didn't. The streets made this. The mother did not make this. She
ain't raised that nigga. She ain't get that nigga no hug.
The mother didn't make this.
Hey, now you gotta die for that.
There's a lot of sweet mothers out here trying to raise their sons to be right. Bro, I thought there was a nigga standing in your window. That shit scared the fuck out of me.
Nah, ain't nobody sweet raised that nigga. That nigga got molested and somebody let it happen. That nigga, But now that's what I'm gonna say. Like, I feel like a Kevin Porter. I wonder, like, if he had any like history of being beat on, like to a certain degree, or any like situation where he had just like a real rough childhood to a point where, when they grow up, they don't have some of the same empathy because they lost that as a kid. They like how they view and perceive the world is crazy. Just like how, for instance, like if a woman get molested when they're young, it's a good chance they may turn out to being, a hoe because how they view the world.
They've been sexualized.
Yeah, like they just view the world differently than somebody else at that same age. So just like a regular human, if they went through, got raised, didn't really get too much trauma and shit like that, they gonna have certain morals and character that's just different than the person that got like trampled by the world to a degree. So I wonder, does Kevin Porter kind of fall into that bag? Because there's such a like that type of violence, like I feel like it got to be triggered for something that you already done. Like he obviously, I don't think he got no bodies or nothing in the streets, but it's something that's there that's triggering that.
Yeah, to be that comfortable to do it how he did it, like, yeah, like to be closed fist punching your girl and damn near break her neck, or break her, according to reports, break her neck allegedly, whatever you got to say. Yeah, you got a lot of something in you. Like I said, ain't no excuse because R. Kelly said he got molested by his sister. Like there ain't no excuse. Like a lot of people get molested, they don't turn into molested themselves, but some of them, unfortunately, they do. So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the ones that get molested over and over again, really, or the ones that when they go to people, like no one really want to hear them out. It happens. It definitely happens, but unfortunately, for instance, when I see like a UFC dude that's a domestic violence dude, I kind of get it because it's like when they go to conflict, like they resort to like doing in the physical shit. Like say if they get mad, they go to the gym and they fight it out. So if something really like happened where they caught that girl cheating, I can see how they could resort back to that, even to football to a degree. But like I feel like those are the ones that may have that, like I said, like that trauma mixed with like different agencies where like they are already inherently violent, like maybe like like a military person or something like that as well. Like they already used to killing, so if they came home one day and they seen that girl cheating or something, they may kill them and they self or something like that because it's just like they comfortable with that to a degree. I just wonder,
Yeah,
it's no way to justify it. It's not justifying it when I talk like that though.
I mean, it's everything is even like just about with the Psycho Bob shit. The mom's like, I'm looking at the thing, like Trail saying the news said they emptied the clip on it. It's like, I get it. It's like if Psycho Bob killed if Psycho Bob killed your mama and you killed his mama, I don't condone that. I can maybe understand it, but like, I guess you can't really. Well, if he killed your homeboy and you could, like, I don't know. I feel like mamas and kids and shit like that, like that's like if y'all gonna kill each other, y'all kill each other. Like, don't kill people who ain't got nothing to do with it. Like when I was watching the NBA YoungBoy documentary, for instance, right? His mama was getting into the shit. Like people was commenting on her thing. They was like, "Hey, Fredo Bang and Boulevard Quick, they want to kill your son." And she was like, "Fuck Fredo Bang and fuck Boulevard Quick." I'm like, I don't condone it, but like you kind of inserting yourself into it, so now you make yourself a target. Like, don't even you an older lady. Don't even get into the shit, because now I see why YoungBoy probably, because like you willing to dive into the shit with him. Mm-hmm. Same thing with FBG Duck Mama. All her kids, she got like 4 kids that was game banging, they all dead, and she be on social media. These niggas doing this. It's like stop inserting yourself in the shit because somebody do something to y'all. I think his mama did get hit by a car or some shit. Actually, FBG Duck Mama, but it's like the mamas who just out the way. Like I don't think you should target them, but. I don't know. Maybe Psycho Bob Mama was talking. I don't know. I just couldn't imagine being in prison and hearing like, "Hey, bro, they emptied the clip on your mama. Like she's dead." Like I don't know. That's just crazy to me.
It's hard to feel sorry for a nigga that same phone call got like sent to somebody else because you ain't killed them, and you ain't killed many people like that. It's just, bro, that's what you reap, bro. Like karma, that's your karma, bro. Like you out here taking people's lives with no repercussions. You think your life was just gonna go sweet. Like maybe you don't care. I feel like that's to a degree too. Like they don't care for. They feel like they're gonna die anyway, so they're gonna take out as many people as they can. They're gonna go to jail anyway, so they might as well go as crazy as they can. Like maybe that's what it is, but even with that, like, all right, your shit gonna come time. You gotta pay, bro.
Like I wasn't raised in no street shit, so like I said, I can't even fathom that mindset of like glorifying it, being happy about it, excited about it. So like I can't even fathom that. But like I said, every time I watch one of these documentaries, like, and it's different places. It ain't even like it's the same place. Like, okay, these niggas in Chicago, they love rapping about killing everybody. Okay, we moved to Jacksonville. We going to Florida now. They love rapping about killing each other, and they killing each other in numbers. Then moved to Baton Rouge. Like, okay, now all these niggas love rapping about killing each other and actually killing each other. It's like, and they get on Instagram Live and they talk about it. And I don't know. I'm not in the streets. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't. My brain can't. I understand. Like, you kill my homeboy, we'll kill your homeboy. But it's like, at what point do we be like, all right, bro? Are we gonna like? How long does this go? How far are we taking this?
It's crazy. All them niggas be crying.
Yeah, they be crying themselves to sleep about the shit.
Like I don't get that shit, bro. Them niggas weird, bro.
Like they be having like 50 RIPs in they shit, and then like for instance in the documentary, just bring back to YoungBoy documentary. Quando Rondo was all laughing, ha, King Von's dead, yada. And I get it. Quando Rondo shit to me with the King Von, I always say this. To me, that's like self-defense. Like, he attacked you, and your homeboy got the car. He didn't know why he was being attacked. He saw you getting jumped, he shot. Like, that, to me, that's self-defense. Like, it wasn't no drive-by shit. Like, you getting your ass beat, your homie didn't know who was beating your ass. He saw a couple people jumping on you. He got the car. You're the prize. Like, you're Quando Rondo. We're just like, yo, niggas. Like, we got to protect you. So we shot them. That's what I look at that as. I don't think because Quando Rondo claimed he didn't even know that it was King Von who attacked him until after he found out that he was dead. So regardless, he was doing, but then he got on the songs. He was rapping about it. Ha, he dead. Fuck him. We step on Atlanta boy, Chicago niggas, O Block. We smoking pack, whatever. And then his homeboy gets killed in L.A. And you got the classic video of him screaming no, right? He's like, no. And then what does Lil Durk do? Lil Durk get on his song, and he's doing the ad-lib of no. Like, he's mocking them. It's like, bro, y'all know more niggas gonna die. It's not gonna be y'all. It's gonna be the niggas around y'all that's gonna be dying. Like, Lil Durk ain't dead, but King Von's dead. Lil Durk's brother got shot in the head. His cousin's dead. Like, all these people, they're all dead. You cool. You rapping. You got songs with Morgan Wallen and Drake, and you doing whatever you do. But everybody around you dying. But y'all keep getting on the songs and rapping about the shit because y'all got security. Y'all not dying. All these other niggas is dying behind y'all. And it's like, do y'all even give a fuck about these niggas dying? Y'all cry. Y'all post about them. But y'all ain't putting nobody in no situation where they not down. I don't know. It's just like crazy shit to me. But I can't just put on dirt because these guys, they be getting on Instagram live themselves. Like, fuck it, we sliding. We on the way. We doing this. We killing. We, you know.
Something in the water, man. I don't know if it's the niggas got to chase clout in they hood form. Niggas got to be a hood celebrity, or niggas want to be a hood star, and they requires catching bodies. I don't know what it is, but something in the water.
Let's see. Let me see.
Yeah. He ain't never shot his gun for me for free. 2000, he ain't never post my album. He ain't never shot his gun for me for free. I'm being 1,000. You did what you did. I left you around my kids. I gave you power. I told bro go hit your man. I know damn well they ain't ours. I just swapped blocks from 2-3 of them blocks. Ain't let around off. And them niggas heard they man scream. They gotta turn the sound off. Fuck what it seem. I'm going off what I seen. Bitch, get a pound off. Well, I'm 19. He bring on my brother in school. They knock his gown off. I call Mac OG. I got little bro, lawyer, 100,000. Look at Fanny boy. He touch on little boys. He probably foul. I'm my gun on one of the op blogs. Them boys gon' televise it. I can't name this shit on my hand, but I can make my mama proud. I seen lil' bro knock one nigga out. His socks, he brag about it. Why you bring your cousin around? You know he a rat. Let's talk about it. See the biggest hoes, they be the biggest hoes. Let's talk about it. In the city, no, I know too many moles. Go kill a valley. If you ever been involved, you can't talk about it. I seen a killer do an interview. He tell. Why you ain't never clear that room up, you know I'm valid. He ain't respond on Instagram, I know how to go about it. Since he died, just come outside and go to war about him, bitch. He say no, I think he let a hoe got him. He say no, I say let's go.
So pretty much the no ad lib is Quando Rondo was screaming no when his homeboy got killed. And they're literally pulling his homeboy dead out the truck, like the police and whatever. And he's screaming no, and it's like a joke. I don't know, these guys are crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy. I don't be mad. I don't feel like these people, these guys. I don't feel bad when these guys get locked up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really have no sympathy like for these people. Like there's another guy in the documentary named like Lit Yoshi. He was shooting people. He was trying to kill people, but he was shooting kids on accident and shooting. I don't like lock him up. Lock him up. Get him out of here. I don't care.
Yeah,
let him go. I don't care.
Mercy. No mercy.
Like I get it. Like we could do the whole like, oh, but their circumstances where it was raised, you know, white supremacy, put him in them position. We could do that's fine. Cool, but there's a lot of there's a lot of niggas that's from the hood that don't do that. That didn't fall into that trap. So it's like I can't feel too sorry. I just can't.
You know, same pussy niggas that run from the cops.
Especially when you glamorizing it, right? It's different. Just like I'm scared. They shot at me. I shot back. I killed them. Like you like glamorize it, and you like make it like this lifestyle. You fully embraced it. You're fully cognitively embracing this thing, commercializing it, selling it, and you know. And I also want to watch the documentary too. It's like it's crazy how major corporations are allowed to run. Like Ja Morant basketball, he's done. He's fucking depleted, right? But he's like, but Atlantic Records, they don't give a damn what these niggas do. They can kill people. They can do whatever. They can rap about killing people. They can get caught 1,000,000 times, charged with murder, and the labels will still sign you. Still let you can murder somebody and still put out music from jail if you're big enough. Like NBA YoungBoy could get sentenced to murder tomorrow. And Motown Records will still allow him to drop mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. They'll put money behind them, promote him. But NBA, obviously, you're done. You're scratched, you're washed, you're out of here.
That's based on the consumer too, though.
Yeah. Because the kids don't care. Like they don't know any of these people who've been killed. Like they don't know Boulevard Quick. They don't know Boozilla. They don't know these people. So it's like even like on TikTok when that I don't know if it was Who I Smoke or something. Like that went viral on TikTok. It was like a thing where there's like he was just saying a bunch of names of people that got killed, and people made like a TikTok. I forgot what the theme of the TikTok trend was, but like people didn't know that he was talking about real people that got killed, and people started finding out that he was talking about real people. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for making that thing." It's like a joke. It's like these are not real names, not real people, but these are real people that got killed. So
yeah, well, like when the NFL had Colin Kaepernick, too much politics started affecting the bottom line. and if NBA has similar things where they feel like if it's affecting the bottom line, like John Moran, the brand, they got to get rid of you because they know that it's a certain like type of demographic that watch it. That industry shit, they know that the run shit, that ratchet shit, people going to jail, all that don't really matter to them, and no one can really affect the industry bottom line because the people still gonna buy the sales. It's like it's just capitalism in itself. Like
It only makes you bigger, really.
yeah,
Like
it's the economy for it.
when King Von goes to prison for murder, and then he gets off, he gets bigger. Young boy gets gun charges, or because like it makes it real. Like, oh, he's really doing this shit. And then when they get off, then it makes them bigger because like you got the allure. Like we believe you did whatever we believe you did. Like we believe you murdered them, right? We think you murdered these people, but the fact that you got off is like it makes it like a different. You know what I'm saying? It makes your aura, just the story around you even bigger.
So I wonder what's the difference though, because I got like a theory brewing in my mind. Like with I was gonna say like the music industry, like they kind of tell you what to like, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
along with having a different artist, but like in the NFL, like they kind of control the product as well. But it's like do the demographic be like more religious with the type of sports than then like entertainment where people don't really have same morals, so they could tell you what to like and it come across any type of way? Because it's like I feel like obviously there's a portion of people in hip hop that complain, but it's nowhere near as big, and it's like or enough to like affect the bottom line of hip hop. So also when they start, pushing this music with it, I don't know, bro. I just think I'm just thinking like, why are they able to push this certain type of shit and like nobody say nothing? Versus like if the NFL start changing certain shit or the NBA start changing certain shit, their viewership will go down dramatically. Or ESPN, like Disney, like they start being too woke, like they start losing viewership. But like hip hop, like
Like why is the most degenerate shit like the
like,
the biggest shit or the
like
most?
because it's like you can't just push anything to people and then they accept it. It is like in other areas, like nah, all right, you pushing the line. Hip hop is like nah, you can be as
I don't know. Maybe
pussy as
it's
a nun, fucking like a nun. I don't know what
I don't maybe just I think it's when you do shit behind a beat, it's like people like forget about everything and they think it's like fake. It's entertainment. Like even if you see this Sexy Red clip that kind of went viral the other day, when she was talking about like what's the nicest thing somebody did for you, and it's like she just did like a stereotypical hood love story type shit. I was 15. The guy was older than me, so she pretty much he was like, like we was in high school. These niggas, 25-year-olds used to pull up to the school with the fucking 15-year-olds, some shit like that. Oh, what did he do for you? Valentine's Day? He ain't had no money, so he did the nice thing anything ever done for me. He robbed somebody for me. It was only $13, but I just knew he loved me because like the stereotypical like
that's some dumb shit.
Degenerate bottom of the barrel shit, but people just laugh at it like it's comedy. It's like, oh, that's so. And then when people do speak about it and they talk shit about it, they're like, look at y'all trying to be bougie hoes and uppity ass bitches. Like that shouldn't be considered like to speak badly about that. The opposite of that shouldn't be considered bougie or uppity. It should just be like that's normal. Like what she's talking about, that's not normal. It may happen, but that's not normal. Ain't nothing that should be praised and nothing that should be applauded. Like I don't know. People are just, I don't know.
And it's like they kind of tell us what we like to hear or what we want to hear by just playing it over and over again. It's like, oh, well, that's the new thing in style. Like, I don't know. It just feels different than any other thing. Like, is that with all? Because you said music and you said like, oh, it's like you can put a beat behind it. You think they could get away with that in other music as well?
Like country and shit like that?
Yeah.
I guess you would have to think what would the shit Sexy Red does, right? What do you think the equivalent to that would be for country music?
Opioid.
Like a drug addict type nigga?
Yeah, but like
I'm sure they can get away with it.
But like the needle kind, not like the pill popping kind, like
if it's fire, I feel like they could probably get away with it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why when I thought of Sexy Red, like the alternate to that, I was thinking like a nigga being like full like KKK type style, but I mean maybe that's a little extreme. But like that's what I was thinking like that's what I thought you were gonna say, but I don't know. I don't think you can get that off. But I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. This is the thing. Like it's what gets pushed. It's like here we go. Here's this. Here's the new Wave. It's like what I'm just curious. Like, if you're a record label, right? And you watch the documentary. You fuck the Trap Lil Ross 5 hour whatever, but you watch your documentaries and you're like, damn, they are actually rapping about killing people, and like we're proud. Like, I want to do labels feel any type of way about kind of fun because you're kind of funding it, really.
It's called Rico.
No, like, did they feel any way about it? Like,
it's really a Rico.
Like, because YoungBoy it's like this. It's like, okay, y'all gave YoungBoy $5 million to produce this type of music, which incites the violence more and more. Because like we're talking about them, they're talking shit, we're talking shit in the music. But it's also, according to Trap Lil Ross, using the money to pay people to kill. So it's like y'all are kind of like funding. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all are invested in prisons.
It's like the CIA, right? It's like we're gonna push drugs and guns into the community, but we're also gonna arrest y'all for it. So it's like the music industry. Like I put a comment on the rappers too, but we're gonna fund this. We're gonna promote this.
There you go.
We're gonna benefit from it. And then when y'all get locked up for it, like you said, if you're invested in prisons, we're gonna also benefit it on both sides.
There it goes. That's why you can get away with it. Because all the other demographics are not geared towards black people. They're geared to white people. NFL, NBA, as much as we love it, when you go to them stadiums, mostly white people. Hip hop to a degree, yeah, of course, it's mostly white people when you talk about people buying it. But when hip hop and who it actually affects is black people in the culture. Like it actually affects our youth. It actually affects our behavior because like they actually are our role models as most of the hip hops. Athletes, like they're not so much of black role models because they're different. Like they're not the everyday person. Every black kid not gonna be a role model, but every black kid can want to act gangster. Every black girl can want to act like a thought. So yeah, there you go right there. There you go right there. That's why I can keep going, bro, because the main demographic is black people, and then they invested also in that downfall. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
They literally invested in the prison industry. And even if they wasn't investing in the prison industry, they might be invested in alcoholism. They might be invested in something else where it's like they got their hand in the pockets.
Flying Low said, "I disagree. It's not a race thing." What do you mean? You disagree? It's not a race thing.
Why
elaborate on that.
What we're saying is a race thing is that hip hop is allowed to be degenerative to a point where, like, no one can take a stand towards it. Like, no one's going to stop it. Like any other platform, there's a level of degeneracy you can push, especially in mainstream. Like in this mainstream where you really can't even cuss on TV still. Like it's certain shit you can't do on live TV still because it's a certain viewing audience. But on hip hop radio, you can get something
what everyone do.
My pussy is a nun. Like it's just
it is kind of weird because like I want to keep using her because I want to use it as a battering ram, but like Sexy Red, you can be like my pussy pink, my booty hole brown. That's like ratchet shit, hood shit. Me and my nigga pull guns on each other. We do this, we can do that. But she'll be like Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, who want to take a picture with her. I can see her going to the White House with Kamala Harris. But like you said, in other industries, if they act like that, they're gonna be frowned upon in this like large parts of society, which is like it is kind of crazy.
Yeah, a black.
Like I get it's two different industries. Right? Like you will say John Morant's a dumbass, right? Because he's in the NBA, he's a dumbass. But like when Polo G gets arrested, it's kind of like par for the course. It's like we expect that from you because you're a rapper. You know, like it's cool. You could do that. Like y'all niggas have guns in the club, y'all can do that. It's like it's whatever. It's cool. But they're still a part of a mainstream, massive corporation that's kind of like the same as like the NBA. Like these record labels make billions of dollars a year, so it's not like these like small entities that ain't making no money. They don't have their hands in everything going on in society. But I don't know. The music's good though, you know. As long as the music's good, it doesn't matter. So that was fun. I can see Trill don't like when we have deep conversations about things. He likes surface level shit. Aliens. I don't have nothing to say about the aliens. I don't know. I don't even know. There's so much shit with the alien shit. I don't even know what to believe. I saw a nigga saying there was a cake that was cutting it up. I don't know if maybe a cake person just made the cake that looked like the alien and they was like trolling everybody. I don't know if the Mexico niggas was lying. I don't even know.
The video I seen that couldn't have been the cake. How they was holding it. Like I did see a video of the cake, but the dude I seen like they were moving that thing around, holding it like sideways and shit like that. That was a cake that it would have had to been laid down the whole damn time. Now it has been moving a lot more carefully. Like, I don't think that was a cake, but I don't know if that was a real thing. Could have been a doll. It could have been anything. But
yeah, I'm gonna go back to Flying Low. Do you think white culture doesn't have a degenerate influence? I think they do. Obviously, like trailer trash shit, opioid addicted shit. Obviously the whole like the weirdo niggas with kids and like I think they do, but I don't think media pays them to push that shit. Like the most, like I don't think they get paid to push the most degenerative parts of white culture.
And you gotta think white culture.
Like that's not gonna be their superstars.
Like, and you gotta think white culture is not monolithic. Like when you go from you got Seinfeld to what's the nerd shit that's out with the TV show? With
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory to that 70s show. You got so many different variations of like what white people can be and stuff like that. Versus when you get hip hop, it's the black exploitation. So when you talk about the media aspect of things, it's a completely different thing. And then you even talk about the different cultures inside of the white people. Like it's completely different where it's like black people, they almost train us to be monolithic as far as our behavior. Like they want us to believe ain't no judges. They want us to believe ain't no black nerds out there. Like ain't no Childish Gambinos. They want us to all think we just hood degenerative people. And if you're not that, you really ain't black. Like that's what they train us to be versus in white media. Like I was when I was in my black awakening, bro, I was just tired of watching TV because everything's white. But if you think about it, there's so many different variations of families and ideas when it comes to the white world, like and the media that it comes from. So no, I don't think they have the same problem with like the programming and that type of aspect. Like when you talk about white people and degenerative like behavior, it's mostly due to economical sources and reasons and shit like that. They in some small ass town, all the factories gone, they do drugs. Like that's just how it is. But yeah, that's it.
I would say metal and grunge music was just as destructive to white people.
Not really. The same people that listen to metal got like regular jobs, managers at corporation, managers at Best Buy and shit like that. Like they doing okay in life. Like they not shooting people. They were doing drive-bys and shit. Like the level of degeneracy, like when you talk about black people.
And we're talking about what gets promoted the most in media. Like when I see a Sexy Red, I don't think most black people like Sexy Red. I don't think most black people are like NBA Young Boys and like I do not think most people are like that. Because even like when Trust is the Kardashians, let's be honest, that's different levels. Like the Kardashians may be considered hoes, but it's still like considered more of like a, and not just because they're white, just like more of a like there's clearly a difference from Kim Kardashian and Sukihana. Clearly, they have the same amount of bodies, but it's the same the way they. I don't know. It's different. Like Kim Kardashian may have like titty pictures and all that shit, but like she's not on the red carpet busting down. Like she's not doing like it's different. It's just different. It's different.
Yeah, no, it's definitely levels.
Because even like, if you talk about like women who look at who have bodies and shit like that and maybe get around, like if you want to compare like a Kardashian or maybe like a Lori Harvey, we won't see Lori Harvey out here busting down and going, but we've seen it with a bunch of niggas. But like you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna compare Lori Harvey and Sukihana on the same type of wavelength. Like even if they had the same amount of bodies, the way Sukihana present herself is a different, level of shit. So like if I was gonna have a Kardashian equivalent to like people we look at, they sleep around, to just a black person, it'd be more like a Lori Harvey because like they don't be out here like completely giving the like bottom of the barrel type hoe vibes.
Yeah, and I'm only speaking to like the low level like black shit that be going on, because that's what I really feel like that's affected by hip hop more than anything. It ain't obviously like we not affected. Regular middle class people don't be too much affected by that type of stuff. It's more the people that's trapped in them type of environments, but you can clearly see it's a thing, bro. Because I don't know. Let's ask a question. Does it amplify it? Because like back in the 90s and shit, there were just as many drive-bys, and I don't think the music was so much geared towards that, like kill it, shoot it up shit. Does it just amplify it and we feel like it's worse, or it's like the hood always just been bad? Or, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, even look at the NBA Youngboy shit. Like when you look at who he's talking about, he's only breaking down like 10 or 11 people that have been killed. Right now, it's not like it's like. I mean, some places it's probably more, but when I was watching documentaries, it's probably like on both sides combined, it was only like 11 people. Now I won't say only 11, but you know what I'm saying? It is like hundreds of people are being killed. It's just these concentrated areas of these people are being killed. So I don't even know if it's bigger. I just think it's just visual, and it seems popular. And in rap music, and Flying Low probably have a better. In rap music back in the day, they weren't. I don't think so. They wasn't rapping about shit how these niggas rapping about it.
Yeah, at least they wasn't glorifying it. Like I think they'll talk about it in a story and make it an interesting story, but now it's like they gloating about catching a body, and I feel like that's what makes it seem like so crazy.
More egregious, more over the top, more salate. Like it's like all this other shit.
Like we didn't like, even like I said, we got gangster rap and stuff like that, but we never people rapping about your bodies was crazy in hip hop, because that's obviously like you snitching, like nigga, you getting yourself caught up. Like why would you rap about shit you actually did? So yeah, it brings out a certain level that it's like, oh, these dudes are just a certain level of nasty, a certain level of careless that's been unseen before, because we never got this insight on a like these type of killers mindset. Even if they was killers back in the day and they end up becoming famous, they ain't give us an insight of how they like may have thought if they really felt a certain way about catching a dude that they've been beefing with for a little while. Like we ain't get that. Now we get it on a certain level, and it obviously come off a certain type of way. But it make it feel like black degeneracy is at its worst of all time, but when you think about it, it's really not. Like I'm sure the 90s with the Bloods and Crips was way worse than now. Like gang violence on the streets is nowhere near, I feel, as heinous as it used to be, or at least the numbers are used to be. Like maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah. Flowers, pornography and gang culture was cultivated by white people, and look at that influence. They just trying to play hot potato and give it to us. I don't know if they put porn on black people. They put like over sexualization type shit on black people. I don't know about porn. I feel like that's still like a more white people, Adam 22 type of vibe.
Yeah, even porn is racist.
Mafia influenced gangs, forming Playboy, and them sick white boys influence black people thought culture. But even like even when you think about the media,
came from.
even when you think about that, right? You think about like mafia shit. They make the mafia shit seem more like white collary. You know, like it's not like they make it seem like not as, I won't say savagery, but that's how they make the black gang shit look like savagery. Like these people just out of control, crazy, and the mob was like, we could have beef. We had beef with another mafia, like another faction, but we can all come down and sit at the table and figure it out as, you know, like family. You know what I'm saying? Like they made it try to make it seem more civilized, when I'm probably sure it wasn't even civilized. They was killing people, putting them in trunks, dropping them in the bottom of the ocean with bricks on their feet, and doing all kind of crazy ass shit.
You come to this meeting and you about to go die.
Yeah, like we're gonna cut your head off, put you in a cinder block, and do all this crazy type of shit.
Yeah.
But the media just makes it look like more, like I said, more civilized.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with porn. Yeah, whatever is what it is. I mean, they were more civilized. Do your research. I can say, well, okay, let's say, they're probably more discreet. You can say that. I don't think it's civilized like chop niggas' fingers off and that type of shit. I don't think that's civilized. You can say, yeah, maybe they weren't as brazen. Like it wasn't just they were doing drive-bys and shit in the mafia. They were doing drive-bys in the mafia too. Nigga. It wasn't just like
people up.
Like they're blowing people up like they like. Bro, I think even like the cartel, they're blowing up airplanes with innocent people. Like little Timmy running down 52nd Street and shooting, Tommy is different than like, hey, let's put a bomb on this airplane and like we're trying to kill one person, but we're gonna, like I said, maybe it's not
a Tommy gun.
It's not as brazen, maybe, but it's still like it wasn't just they weren't just chilling. They were doing drive-bys in the mafia. Like
that shit kept.
They were doing drive-bys. Like, have you played the game Mafia? Like, bro, they did drive-bys.
And then what we talk about the dudes that catch bodies, would they be having like 10 bodies? The most the black dudes be getting to like 10. Nigga, that's a wet dream. To some
I think it is like kind of a whitewashing thing, like because even like the way they like we look at King Von, right? Technically, King Von be a hitman for his gang, right? But when you think about the hitman for the mafia, you'll dress up like he's like this, like this James Bond-esque type of nigga sniper. You know what I'm saying? They'll make him like look like a different type thing. But at the end of the day, they're both just killing people.
And the dude in the mafia had like 100 bodies. Them dudes was getting bodies.
Yeah. They killing politicians. They killing your family members. Like they're killing everybody. And even when it comes like the Mexican cartels, like Sicario people, like
you crazy as hell if you think mafia didn't do walk-ups. You crazy as hell.
The mafia would clear out buildings. No, that's not true. Because even I don't even bring it to the cartels. I don't even feel like people look at the cartels the way they look at black gangs. And the cartels be cutting people's heads off, like on camera. I would feel like the mafia kills people the same reason gang people kill people. Money, territory, you kill my family member, you're in the way. Territory.
Selling on my territory.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
Somebody fucking my bitch. All type of shit. It was dumb shit. All type of shit.
Like I said, it just looks more corporate. Like it looks like a whole, this is the way we're gonna do it. But we ain't gonna act like the mafia wasn't. Nigga, I was being when I said the mafia game, I was being funny, but we're gonna act like Tommy guns are real. Like we're gonna act like mafias weren't doing drive-bys. The mafia wasn't like, hey guys, can you clear out the building before we come and shoot it? Like they wasn't doing that.
Mafia used to extort small business owners, and they'll break up your merchandise. And tell you, nigga, you need to pay for protection or this gonna keep happening to you. They used to make you pay for protection against them. Pay us not to beat your ass. To regular people. Nigga, Crips ain't doing shit like that. Bloods ain't doing shit like that. That shit like people doing in Africa be doing. When you talk about some of them old school warlords and shit like that. Like, actually robbing the citizens and shit. Like, mafia was different, bro. What are you talking about? Niggas I'm looking at a loaf of bread. What you saying, D-Friend?
Oh, well, we say this, but still, then it's not more. I would say it's more civilized. Cause I even brought maybe it looks more civilized. But I really thought about it, like, bro, they was cutting heads off, cutting toes off, like putting people in trash cans and bins, acid. Like that's not civilized. Like I said, maybe the word we're looking for is they were more maybe discreet or tried to be more discreet. It wasn't as brazen maybe looking, but they still did all that shit. But what I was looking up because he said, look up the history or whatever he said. Where's it at? Top 10 most deadly mafia hitmen. All right, so we got this is number 10. Granted, number 10. This was a notorious enforcement arm of the American and Jewish mafia, believed to have killed up to 1,000 people during 1930s and 40s. 1,000 people. Reyes was renowned for using an ice pick on his victims, which he would ram into their brains through their ears. He was doing hand-to-hand combat. Think about it. If this is true and he killed 1,000 people, he's doing hand-to-hand. He's not even using a gun. He's doing hand-to-hand combat. And stick you in the head with it. Sammy the Bull.
1,000 is crazy.
That is crazy. But yeah, like. These niggas wasn't playing, man.
As many as 30. Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's what it is. It's like, because you see this, right? He got the tie on. He got the, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when you see King Von, you see him. He's killed more people than King Von. He got 30 bodies. But look at him. You probably don't look at him as a, you know what I'm saying? It's just the aesthetic. It's the, like, every guy we've seen so far, pretty much besides this guy, right? And him, he looks like the greaser type guy. They got these little dinner coats and, you know. But they out here going crazy. They're killing multiple people. And saying 1,000 bodies for one person ain't crazy. You're just an idiot.
They used to kill cops. They used to kill all type of people.
Between this guy,
75 to 200. That's crazy.
75 to 200 people. One of Brusco's most gruesome acts was kidnapping the 11-year-old son of a gang member, turned informant, and torturing the boy for more than 2 years in an effort to get the fellow mobster to retract his testimony. Look at that shit. That ain't civilized. The boy was later murdered, and his remains were disposed of in sulfuric acid.
Murdered as many 200 people. $250. I remember watching a movie about the Iceman. Well, he said raping and murdering a 12-year-old girl.
His brother was.
Oh. Shit, they was in the mafia together, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The Iceman dude got a movie. That hoe was good.
For real.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's good. He used to kill people and put them in the freezer, and like he used to ride around like in the ice cream truck. That's why they call him the Iceman.
Oh, for real?
And he used to cut the body up and keep them in coolers. He was down there like Jeffrey Dahmer. But he wasn't, I don't know if he was fucking them, but he used to have just pieces of bodies in coolers and shit like that.
Yeah. Oh, so this guy was the first guy was a part of Murder Inc., the real Murder Inc., not the fake label Murder Inc., the real Murder Inc. But even to say like 1,000, I know you're probably trolling, but if you just calculated like 1,000 bodies from the 1930s to 40s, he got arrested in 1940, so that's when it probably stopped. So that's 100 people a year if you go over 10 years. Killing 100 people a year is crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Like, bro, think about just killing 5 people. Like, imagine just going outside right now and you kill 5 people. Like, that's crazy. To kill 100 people a year?
That's insane. There's probably certain wars that wouldn't that many people die from both sides. There's certain battles 1,000 people ain't even die. 100 people ain't even die. That shit's crazy.
Like, I get what Trell's doing. Trell's doing that thing he does where he like tries to like break something down to like the minuscules. Like, well, really, if you think about it, there's billions of people, so only 1,000 really isn't that much. Like, it's not really that crazy. But if I was to be like, hey, a girl fucking 10 niggas a month for 10 years, she has 1,000 bodies, niggas like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But killing people, that's not crazy. He's probably gonna say no now. But Trell, do you think a girl from 20 to 30 having 1,000 bodies, do you think that's crazy?
Would your wife?
A lot of that is mafia wars and the police. That doesn't even matter. Like that, all that context you're talking about, it doesn't really matter. It's still uncivilized. Killing 1,000 people, whether it's mafia wars, because I get the same thing about Crips and Bloods. Like it's gang wars. It's the same shit. It's just the word gang is like look down more than the word mafia. Or even the word cartel. The cartel sounds better than gang. So I don't know. It's just
This is bad. This is bad labeling.
Yeah.
Gang.
They had the bad. They had the bad end of the stick with the wording.
Need a rebrand.
Yeah. So, anyways, well, do we got anything else?
I don't think so. I gotta be up early.
All right, Brick Girl exposed. Yeah. Hang on, it's been 2 hours. Yeah. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. 2 hours. We'll be back on Wednesday. And if, like I said, if we got nothing else, Bryce ain't got shit to do. Happy belated birthday to my boy Bryce. Cats in the way. I'm trying to give people a last minute to any notes they want to, not to say we're going to talk about a topic, but maybe catch up. Warder says Drake doing 725. Okay. I don't think so. Nah, gangs kill for no reason over a block. Colors, mafia killing for more reasonable reasons. Okay. All right. Bryce, any last words for the people?
Sure, being stupid as always. What a surprise.
Bryce turned 30. He's officially an old head. Now he's 29. We're almost there, though. We're almost there. Yeah, salute to y'all. Y'all have a good night. Stay prayed up. All that. Have a great weekend. We'll see y'all next time. We out.